Welcome back, everyone, to Abomination Vaults, episode 13.
Ooh, spooky.
When last we left our heroes, they had defeated the evil priestess of the ghoul cult, turning the library into some sort of weird flesh shrine thing.
Mostly we just turned it into a dumpster.
Well, that's what happens usually when the demo doggo starts getting involved with things. And Ultimach, I must say, is getting spectacularly good at rearranging the furniture of places.
Look, we didn't touch each other once during that entire fight.
That was a crazy kung fu fight, I will say.
Neither she nor I laid a hand on each other.
Just watching those two fight, it's just a fight scene from Ip Man.
It's exactly what it is. That was like super wuxia kung fu fight. Much action, very little results, but the spectacle.
Wait, is it called Ip Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ip
I
Man.
have literally, my entire life called it IP Man. Maybe that's just because I'm a kid, like a computer nerd. I was like, IP Man. I guess he's a computer man? I don't know.
He clearly has a urinary tract infection.
I never watched the movie. Yeah, it's just
Right.
like really good. Yeah, I'm sure they're great. I never watched them, but I was like, IP Man? I guess that's all right.
Well,
I think what you were looking for was Lawnmower Man.
yeah, also a different thing.
Exactly.
Speaking of clarifying things, why don't we go around and do character introductions? We start on with Jen all the time, so why don't we bounce over here to Arcadis this time?
Well, fun fact for your character introductions, we're level 4 now.
I know!
There's a bunch of new stuff, like Corwin, who I play. Hi, I'm Arcadis or Devin. I'm just going in weird order for this. Corwin's also an alchemist now, because alchemist dedication's a fun thing. I'm our party's investigator, resident medic, and now I have potions and definitely not a lot of explosives.
I mean, honestly, that makes perfect sense. An investigator who is interested in chemical reactions and things like that will invariably have some sort of alchemical stuff. I mean, you're Sherlock Holmes, basically.
You know what
does
goes
all
hand
that.
in hand with treating people medically? Being able to go, here, take this pill and you feel better.
You know what goes hand in hand with, like, making potions in your basement is very strong, wow, my brain just totally deleted that.
That's what goes along with making
This is
potions
what
in your
happens-
basement.
I was like halfway there, and my brain was like, nah, we're done. I'm not thinking about this rest of this
This
sentence.
is what
when you
happens
cook
when you
in your
don't
basement.
That's it.
properly
That's exactly
ventilate
right.
your lab.
What was I trying
So Corwin is an alchemist right now. Well, unfortunately, Bobby, you're not. You're done thinking about Corwin. You got to think about yourself now. You best think about yourself.
Conspiracy theories. That was what I was thinking of. I was like, wait, what is he talking about?
All I had to do was say Calvum's name, and conspiracy theories popped
gosh.
right into his head.
So
they
sorry.
are indeed one and the same.
So sorry to have stepped on your fact for that half of a sentence.
I mean, you got to get back into it somehow, and when you were asleep in a cave because you were choking yourself out with fire.
Yeah. So my name's Bobby. I'm playing Calvum. He's a very small gnome wizard who also has a strange affinity with a cat who is becoming stronger and stronger.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
The
There's
cat growing stronger
no problems.
is concerning.
For the last couple of days, Calvum has been inside of his cave having nightmares of an event which is lost to the ether, unfortunately, as far as the technology of the internet is concerned. But he happened to set a giant wooden golem on fire at one point with a fireball, and the only thing he remembers is a lot of fire, searing pain, passing out, waking up to a giant burning thing like stalking him, and so he's had nothing but nightmares for the last couple of days.
Explains why he slept late the last time.
Yeah. So he's been working that off. Thought it was, the booze. It's not the booze. It's just weird nightmare visions. So that's what Calvum has been up to for the last several days as he has leveled up in his sleep, apparently.
Well, the funny thing about that is dream training is real training. We know this from Pathfinder, and so it perfectly explains it.
Yeah, he knows kung fu now. Not really, but
He honk shoot so far, he me.
mead.
Dang.
Well, howdy. I'm Derb, and I played Drevin Sorrel, the Great Null champion, paladin of Sarenrae, who, despite forgetting that he had the Shining Oath, and that's where the Screw All Undead thing came from, we're there now. I can also 5-foot step when I smack somebody, because I took Ranged Reprisal, also a very good feat. Pious Puppy, Demo Dog, Keeper of the Saren Way, and whatever the thing Jen said last week is.
Well, we'd have to go check it out.
Yeah, we'd have to check, because she came up with a new one. I can't remember
I'm
it.
surprised you didn't add it to your list of titles.
At least we have a VOD to check for that.
Yeah,
one.
we
That's
have
true.
a
We
VOD.
actually have a VOD. It's actually possible to find
Go
out.
watch the VOD.
Moving on.
Hello. Well, I'm Bryn, and I play over here Nil Grumman, a dwarven druid. I did not archetype into anything fancy. I just got a lot of poison resistance, and
It's appropriate.
That tracks. Totally tracks.
Because I'm trying, and I have robust recovery for all the diseases I interact with. So honestly, I'm just prepping for the future, guys. This is, I deal with some questionable substances, and I should be prepared for this kind of thing. But I'm just here for a good time and look at finding cool monsters. So far, we've been doing a great job, guys.
Finding them is true. Quite a lot of them.
Yes.
Moving on.
Hello. Altmach, Makar Thorngard. Normal human thaumaturge. I have of late sworn an oath to Sarenrae. That oath is about to become real, solid, and have true concrete consequences for the breaking of them. Also, I took Rolling Landing because it's just awesome to be able to move after jumping and not provoke.
It's gonna be super fun, I think. We've practiced with diving off of tables many a time. Mocker does that a lot, so I think this will naturally dovetail.
I mean, it's what heroes do.
In my brain, I just picture you and Jen standing on your kitchen table, like diving into the living room.
Our cat has
rolling.
so much fun when we do that. She loves it. She thinks it's the best
Move
thing.
the couches out of the way. We're like, practice.
Yeah,
Parkour.
Parkour. You have to say it when you do it, though, or else
Absolutely.
it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then my body goes, "You're not 12 anymore." Crunch.
But you stood up from your chair and that happened.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Really,
Oh,
I mean,
exactly.
No. That's not fair. I gave myself whiplash when I was 12, jumping into bed. You don't have to be old for that to happen.
Yeah, but you
but-
spring back from it.
Well, also, I just knowing what I know about you, you're probably overly violent about your jumping into bed.
No, I did a spin jump. Like
Yeah,
I tucked and rolled into bed.
RKO'd his mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like any good 12-year-old boy would do. I can appreciate
yeah,
it.
fair.
Well, when last we left our heroes, you had successfully defeated the head priestess with the difficult to pronounce name, Nikazdran, something like that, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a dead body.
Priestess Nikki.
In a display room that had empty cases, which had once held apparently things that Belcora thought were worth showing off in this room.
What display cases?
Well, there's one fewer now.
Made sure of that one.
There is a massive statue of Belcora that had been constructed by the ghoul cult, made of things that ghouls would build statues out of. So it's appropriately gruesome. And you also find in horrendous shape the broken body of Ograil, the Morlock ghoul who had served as your initial guide to this level, promising that he only liked undead flesh and not formerly living flesh or living flesh, and so he came along with you to be able to feast on the ghouls that you killed in your explorations, which he did so gleefully, although he had been captured by the ghouls and apparently quite terribly treated. And herein we return to our heroes, having tended their wounds and their injuries.
Corwin was also going to work on Ogren some, too.
Yeah, we'll get to him. He's a bit unconscious right now. We'll worry about him once everyone else is healed up.
There you go.
Oh, he survived. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was like literally spiked to the wall.
He was mildly crucified.
Yes.
Oh, the other thing is
Majorly crucified.
Nil's character got a major mommy wake-up call at the end of last session.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah.
Nil does. We don't know what happened. I was trying to Sarenrae, wake this person up, please.
Yeah. Nil kind of fuked out in the middle of the boss fight, woke up with a burning intensity in her eyes, and some interesting some interesting insight. You have maybe you got an eye on the inside of your skull now. You can see interesting things.
You can never have too many eyes.
That's the spirit.
I like spiders.
They got 8 of them, so you're one closer.
Yes.
What's around here?
I would say that the psychometric imprint of the fight that just happened is drowning out almost everything else that's going on. Although you can definitely feel the lingering almost taint of torture that poor Ograil suffered, as apparently he suffered a great deal of it in this very room. But aside from that, that's about all you get.
the thought of thaumaturge using psychometric resonance in a room they just fought in and getting the you take damage from the violence in this room is infinitely funny to me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking, Mr. Investigator, what is your lead? We've been kind of fuzzy about it.
Well, it was initially, when we first got here, it was what's going on, with the weird lights at the Gauntlet.
Yep.
And then it shifted to who's this weird dude that we keep hearing the name of that Bones has told us about and that I definitely
Volek.
haven't. Yeah, Volek. It's in my notes. I just don't have it open right now. And then when we got down here, it had become where is Ogrin?
Ograil.
Ograil.
Okay.
Yeah, I always wanna
Well,
call
you
him Ograil.
found Ograil, so what you want it to be now?
Oh, now it's probably going to be this restricted section.
Which you're in.
Yep, which is, we have these books that we're looking for, and well, we're in the section that they're probably in. So, it's a good point to start with.
Morlabent's books. Jeez. Alrighty. Well, keep that in mind as you keep an eye out on this level, exploring as you are.
You do get 2. The first one never changes. It's always the Cult of Nimbeloth.
You have 2 leads?
Yep.
Yep.
Did
That
you
is-
actually take that thing?
No, that's a base investigator thing. You
You
can
always
always have
get 2
2. You can
leads?
only change 1.
Oh. I'll have to reread Investigator. It's not what I remember.
Yeah.
So, Cult of Nimbeloth.
I checked it last night while redoing my character sheet of it. There is so much pencil writing on this sheet.
So DM, paint a picture for me. They have entered the restriction section, yes?
So, Calbum, as he is following his party's trail, all right, trying to catch back up, moves back down the familiar staircase, goes through the hallway, rounds the corner, out into the main library room. The restricted section that was formerly a I guess it would be the restricted section that was barred and locked. You couldn't
Yeah,
get
it had
through
like
it
a
last
big
time.
iron
The
barred
door
door.
is open now,
Huh.
and peering through, you can see the sign that there were signs that the following room was occupied, but apparently has not been. You do hear some activity to the south as you move in, but you move away from that and go back through the restricted area. And moving through the restricted area, there is very obviously a set of double stone doors that have been thrown open, and peering through, you can see your party members in an absolute wreck of a room.
And did I pass a bunch of books on my way in here?
You did pass
Like
a bunch
in
of
the
books.
restriction. So like
The restricted section has a lot of books.
So
in it.
it's like a library, and then we double stone doors at the end of this sort of hallway of books.
The double stone doors are actually in the main room. You don't have to actually. That's why it's so obvious once you walk into it. Like you walk into the room and you're like, okay, nobody in here. Ooh, lots of books. Open doors right there. Peer through the doors. There's the party.
Calvin is less concerned about the doors, actually. So he's going to walk into the restricted section and be immediately distracted by the wealth of knowledge in book form that is in here, because there's nothing really to like. I mean, he knows the party's around probably somewhere, but he's not going to go look for them. He's going to
probably
be
alive.
He's going to be more concerned about the books and start like just fanning through and reading the titles of books and grabbing books and.
Well, you
flipping
give
through
me a perception check if you would like
I would
to
love
see
to.
what you can find.
That's a 16 total.
16 total. Looking as you are through these things, this restricted section, it seems to be, you're kind of parsing things out and trying to figure out why is this place restricted and the main library not so restricted.
Exactly.
It seems to be a matter of, just from what you're able to see, you have introductory knowledge and introductory topics and general treatises are kept out there. And the restricted area, it's not so much restricted because it's all secret. It's restricted because this is the more in-depth and probably rarer treatises that are written on very specific subjects. And as you're looking through there, you can kind of sense this pattern as you look through. As it is, however, just the sheer volume of books is kind of overwhelming your senses.
So to narrow his search, he's going to look for books in a language that he feels like he kind of got the hang of as he was riling in his brain, in his nightmares and the sort of fever dreams that he had over the last couple of days. He's going to look for books in the Aklo language. So if there are any spines that are written in Aklo, or if there's like a section that is Aklo, or like papers, scrolls, any of that stuff, he's going to kind of try and narrow down on any of that stuff, because that seemed to be something that was more prevalent in all the like bad crap that we went through earlier in the dungeon.
So you're fishing.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
fishing,
so basically, is he
correct.
looking for anything kind of fishy?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I beat you.
He's specifically looking for
you
a
know?
You're specifically looking for a for something in Aklo.
Yeah.
You're keeping an eye out. So Aklo, the script of Aklo is an interesting one, in that it's not your typical alphabet. It's not like you have simple characters that represent sounds.
It's scaled down.
I hate you.
Wow.
Is it like a short joke for Calvin? Is that
No.
what-
No. It's a
scales.
fish thing.
Because Aklo is fish language.
Well, yeah, kind of.
I got it. I got it. I understand.
Some people appreciate me.
He's just baiting you.
Hook, line, and sinker. Well, anyway, there it is.
So done with us right now.
And the knoll dies. But
Turn his body into chum.
Don't make
Boom.
me make the noises from when you caved in my chest cavity with a boar.
Classic. So Calbum starts looking around, trying to keep an eye out for this script. Aklo is very glyph-like, and not only do the pictograms themselves carry meaning, but the position of them on the page or on the written medium carries separate meaning too. And you're looking through this stuff, the books, kind of just basically looking for, like, do I recognize what the words are, kind of thing. And that really helps you parse things down. And you hear kind of a brrr, and you'll look over, and Spork is there, kind of pawing through the shelves, and pulls out it's not a book, it's a folio, and kind of paws the folio out, and you will actually see an imprint in the leather. It's been etched into the leather in Aklo, and it is it would be called Contest of the Gods. And Spork kind of paws this folio out. It's in Aklo, and it certainly looks interesting. And kind of unwinding the leather strip, kind of holding it together and opening it, you can see it's a collection of accounts, legends, accounts, letters that all appear to come from different origins. And apparently someone gathered all of these and put them together into this folio. Perhaps at some point these might have been intended to be combined into a volume, but as this is, it's really more of this collection of topics. And paging through them, you can see that these are various stories of conflicts between the gods and how those conflicts worked out and how that influences the gods' standings with each other and their servants in the current realms. It would definitely be something that could be interesting to investigate, but not really something that it would take hours to go through all of this.
He's not going to go through all of it. He's just going to fan through it a little bit. Go girl. And then he's going to put it into his cloak of many pockets and just either be sitting there reading some stuff, or he's not going to go to the next room, because the next room is probably dangerous.
Spork is going to kind of nose to the area on the shelf that she made, the hole that's in the shelf there, and kind of put her head back there, kind of look around, and then her entire body will seem to just disappear behind the books on the shelves.
His cat stuff.
I'm going to pull a couple of those books back off I don't know, just pull them off the shelf.
What you got back there?
Spork has traveled, and apparently Spork has decided the space behind the books is far better a place for a cat to travel than the space in front of the books. You spend some time just kind of chasing Spork.
Yep.
The more keen-eared of you in the main area of the display, the trophy room, will probably, Calbum isn't being loud, but you'll hear some kind of activity that will be straightforward enough to, possibly indicate that there's something going on out there.
You'll hear Calvin walking around going, psst, psst, psst.
Oh.
Well,
Callum.
Do we think that's Callum?
Well, yeah, that's the treat jar. Honestly, if it wasn't for the treat jar, I would understand your doubts, but there's no way somebody would know that the only way to find that cat is to shake the treat jar.
And you can hear Mocker and Nil conversing about you.
Maybe go get him before he draws any attention to some ghouls. I still
Sure.
gotta fix
I'll go
it
get him.
here.
Oh, well, that's fine too.
No, you stay right here. I'll go get her.
Mocker will come back out and poke his head out to see how you're doing.
Have you lost the cat?
I ain't lost nothing. The cat's fine. I'm fine.
A book will fall off the shelf. A different shelf than you thought Spork was on.
I miss it.
Yeah.
It falls to the ground. I went to go catch it. I did not hit it.
And Spork's head will kind of poke out on a different shelf than you remember her being.
Good girl.
Now, how did you get up there? How did you get up there?
Cats.
There's a cat ladder somewhere.
She kind of settles down a bit and just kind of stretches out her paws and then curls in there and just becomes a cat loaf on the shelf.
That's about right.
And just starts kind of slow blinking at you from her perch.
Oh, she loves you.
Yeah. We're buds.
You okay?
Oh, yeah. Great. Never been better.
We killed the head of the ghouls. Well, mostly, honestly, it was mostly Drevin. She and I just sat there and dueled for about 15 minutes and didn't really hit each other, but Drevin finished her off.
Was there like a connection?
Yeah, a little bit. It was a
Yeah.
little disturbing, actually.
Yeah.
I don't like to think about it.
You should think about it more, though.
I don't want to.
But it's good for you.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, the more you think about stuff, it's how you come up with the right answers.
It is?
Yeah. You got to do your own research.
Like skelepathy?
I don't know. That's a big word. Yes.
It's like when you talk to a dead body and other dead bodies nearby can hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Can y'all get in here and quit making up words? Like, we don't want to get them ghouls jumping on us out there.
What's
they go through-
taking so long? Calvin,
yes.
I have so much to tell you. You don't even know.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Let me get in there real quick. Hold on.
You know, this is a lot easier when people don't go flint. Like, can you even feel this? Just sitting there suturing up wounds and tying them up.
Ograil is basically insensate. He might be conscious, but there's not a lot of light behind these eyes right now. He's in a lot of misery. You're basically having to perform. It's almost carpentry. It's not really like medicine at this point.
I'm dressing a body for a funeral, essentially.
Essentially, you're doing the work of a mortician, not really like a doctor with Ograil.
It's a lot easier to. I mean, there's no flinching around. He ain't moving too much. It's just. Look, dead flesh don't react like living flesh did, so it takes a little while.
There's lots of twitching, so there's certainly plenty of indication that he's feeling something. If you want to give me a crafting check to try to put him back together.
Well, you know what I do have fully the ability to just treat undead as medicine.
Is there like something special you need for that?
That sounds like something Drevin's going to enjoy.
No, stitch flesh.
It's stitch flesh, yeah.
Wait, you took a feature that lets you medicine undead?
Background.
It's a background thing.
Oh. Huh. Fascinating.
It lets me treat undead as if they were.
Well, feel free to use medicine then if you want to. Yeah.
Duh.
Okay.
You know what a question I'm going to ask.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay, well,
You're going to use battle medicine on the...
no, I'm going to use risky surgery on him.
Gosh.
So he's going to take 4 damage.
That's what he was about to ask.
Roll me a d4. That will be what his current wounded level is.
4.
Okay.
I mean, he's undead,
You
so,
asked for
like,
this.
can we...
I didn't ask for
Yeah,
this.
you asked
I didn't ask for
this.
this at all.
You're the one stabbing ghouls with your knife.
He's very injured.
Well, yeah, he is, and
A bit more now.
So
A bit less. He's dead.
Look,
Is it like negative, though, when you subtract from a
right,
negative,
right,
it goes
right.
positive or
It-
something?
In this situation, it's a win-win. He's either alive, or I get to give his body to Nil.
your tragic efforts to save your companion, perhaps your heavy-handed surgery techniques were too much for him, and as badly put together as he was, in a terrible condition he was. It seems like he could not survive the surgery, and unfortunately, he expires on the table.
On the display case.
Yeah. Poor Ograil didn't make it.
I was
Well-
impressed he was alive with what injuries he had.
Honestly, yeah, that's kind of just like, if he could take that much, I mean, I was going to need a lot to put him back together, so...
It's unfortunate, but
Either way.
magics would not have helped.
Well, I mean, magic would just make it worse. He's undead. And plus, I ain't got none of
And
that.
apparently Mocker is the only one that actually cared for Ograil as a person.
Look, the
Well, that
interaction-
sucks, but
Look, I
Oh, no.
I
Oh,
met this guy
no.
with them getting beaten in a hallway, and just like, the paladin says he's cool. Okay, I guess.
yeah, like I'm not gonna shed tears. Like this is a
Mocker's
win-win
crying.
in my opinion.
Mocker has a very big heart.
Nil?
Nil
Nil
Well-
is pacing the area that we're in, pacing along.
Unfortunate news, we can't feed him a dead body. Good news, he is a dead body. All yours.
Can your friends hear me? He'll try speaking through him.
That's a corpse. It's a corpse of a corpse, actually.
You're trying to speak through Ograil?
To see if he had any friends.
Oh, like did Ograil have any friends? Oh, I got you. Well, recalling what Ograil told you about, it seems that the Morlocks weren't great company to begin with, and then once he became a ghoul, he was fully ostracized. So no, you all were his only friends.
Okay. I'll pick him up then.
Look, sometimes you gotta take a gamble,
reeks.
and you lose.
And he's also, a ghoul, so he's probably diseased. Just
What do you mean probably?
definitely
His
diseased.
existence is defined by disease.
Okay. Is there anything on him that's kind of clean that I can take to remember him?
Not a darn thing.
The ghoul fever's pretty clean. You could have some of that.
No,
It's going
okay.
around, I hear.
Yeah.
Look, just let Nil take whatever she wants out of whatever's left, and we can get him. I mean, we tried to save him. Unfortunately,
It's
he
nobody's
kind of
fault.
got a little too roughed up by getting spiked into the wall.
I wasn't on time, he
Yeah.
says. I just wasn't on time.
Dragging.
He
the
was
knife through
already
the corpse.
wounded 4. What do you want from me? I didn't
slow.
make him wounded 4.
You totally did.
No, that was
holding
you.
the knife, he
You
says,
were
"I
the
didn't
one
make
who
him
said
wounded
this
for
is
it."
going to determine his wounded. I didn't wound him.
You rolled the die, sir. He
I
died
would only
by your
increase
hand.
it by 1.
Died, and he was 3
I-
before.
I'm
now
not
he's
saying
4.
I didn't kill him. I didn't wound him.
Oh, look at this.
To be fair,
I see
that's
how he
true.
dodges responsibility
That's true.
like a champ.
He
There's
put
no
him to
medical board
dying.
for me to answer to
There's no
here.
medical board. The Abomination Vaults has no medical license.
Altamok will root through his bag for a minute and take out a little carving box that says "absent friends" on it that he'd carved into it, and he'll write Ogril's name on a piece of parchment, and he'll fold it and he'll put it in his absent friends box.
Okay. You remember him as a fond compatriot who, although a bit disturbing at times, he was with you and guided you through this dangerous place, albeit briefly. All too briefly.
Gonna take out the note that has the friendly gnolls list on it, or the friendly gnoll. I'm the friendly gnoll. It has the friendly
Yeah,
ghouls
it's just
list
you,
on
the
it.
one name.
And I'm just gonna put an X just over the whole entry.
Oh, no. Before you do
Friendly
whatever
ghouls.
you need to.
Friendly ghouls, all one of them
Yep.
gone.
Yep,
Before
it's
you
gone.
take whatever you want here, give me 1 sec. Just going to shift through his pouch of medical supplies, pull out an empty syringe, and just take out some of Ogril's blood. And just, yeah, that'll do. Cap it, set it back into the bag.
It's
more
like a
gel.
black ichor.
Well, look, if we're going to be dealing with ghouls, gotta know how to treat this stuff.
I'm still pacing with a fervor. I'm like march, back and forth.
Nil.
I suppose
I
you
had
want to go
some-
to that room.
I had some dreams that I gotta tell you about.
I have had the revelations, the times, the experiences. We are in a moment of crisis, and here we are worrying about this. This is. We have found the path. Calvin found the path. I say.
Your focus changes. I cannot keep track of what you're concerned with these days.
I can't keep talking.
What did
Yeah,
you?
thank you, thank you.
What did,
Okay.
what did you find?
Okay, everybody. I have been reincarnated for a reason. I have found this reason. I'm not sure exactly the details. But we are part of something greater.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
I'll pull out the scroll. This was the wrong path. And I dropped the scroll.
Wait, is that the scroll that we were working on?
I pick up the scroll.
It's a.
I don't look at it. I just put it in my bag.
Yeah, sure. It's a woven, flattened and woven reeds that have been partially rolled up.
I'm just putting it in my bag because if Nil dropped it, it's probably interesting.
And he's like, esoterica. Whoop. I'll figure that out later.
So it was the wrong
Open it up
path.
and you just start bleeding from your nose.
Perfect.
It was the wrong path, but it has made things clear. I have seen divine beings. And, well, my care for the lesser loved of this world has paid off. And I have met a divine being of love, of motherhood, of care. Feels familiar. Something familiar in my soul.
Does it feel warm, like a
Yes.
fire?
I mean, that
Kind
just
of.
sounds like Saren Ray.
Kind of like a fire. More like a belonging.
Was
a
she
sense of care.
Was she real tall?
I only saw the foot.
Was it
I
real
think that's a
big?
yes.
Was it real big?
Generally, normal looking foot. Well, how big was the foot?
DM, describe
You
said
came up
foot.
to the ankle at most.
The sense of scale was huge. This thing was significant. You felt like you were dwarfed in this thing's presence. Even though you couldn't really directly see it, you could only kind of see some kind of misshapen foot kind of step in front of you protectively. Possessively is a better word than protectively.
It's the same thing.
Sure.
You saw your mother's soul.
Was it made of wood?
Maybe.
Because I had a dream about a wooden lady. Maybe it was the same lady.
It may have been.
Because I know that I'm secretly your grandson.
This could all fall in line. What was your dream?
Oh, it was just a big, scary fire lady. It was kind of scary.
That just
She was coming after me.
It
that
sounds
your-
like
real
everybody's
hot.
having visions of Saren Ray.
yeah, and honestly, they're all apt descriptions.
Oh no, she didn't look nothing like your lady.
You've seen Sarenrae?
I mean, gods are
No, that's
mutable
what I'm saying.
forms.
I ain't seen her. I saw some different lady.
If you've never seen her, then how do you know what you saw?
Because it don't look like nothing in the church.
Oh no, the church don't really show you much about the side of her. That's all, if you don't redeem yourself, it's all more about you're not supposed to, exist no more. So she sends, flaming angels to kill you.
The angelic visage is for those who have earned the mercy. The flaming atronach of justice. It's probably more what you saw.
Amen.
What did you feel, though? Did you get a sense of what she wanted from you? I'm looking for paths here.
More like a vibe.
Those are just as good. Vibes are great.
Like
That's my cousin's department.
like the vibe. Yeah.
I
You have to
actually
find the vibes.
I actually also found the vibes. I have been inspired to swear an oath. An oath to my lady. And she has accepted.
Now wait a minute. I thought you already did that back in the church.
No,
Yeah.
no, this was real. She was before me, and she accepted my oath.
You had a divine. You also. Oh my gosh, we are the chosen ones.
Everybody is joining the Saren way. It's wonderful today. You see fire. You see protection. You swear an oath of fealty to a god.
She's really got to work on her feet, though, because there's something weird about them.
Saren Ray is coming for everyone.
Did
it's
I-
great. It's awesome.
I told you what Miss Vandy gave me, right? After I went and met with her.
No.
Just shipped around a bag. She told me if I learn to keep, the whole seeing weird stuff in our brains and with the light that I was walking towards and whatnot, to drink this and it'd hopefully be quick. I think she gave me I think this is extremely powerful poison.
No, it's probably some kind of medicine. You should take it now.
No. I got the lab back up and working now. I'm gonna figure out what this is proper once we get back to town, but yeah, Miss Vandy's a bit well, I didn't expect her to get in contact with Yin, because I don't know anyone else that's gonna have something like this.
Well, Vandy knows best. If whatever she said
Knows something.
means that you should probably drink that when the time comes.
Yeah, don't
She can't lie to you.
lying and telling you things that ain't good don't mean a difference.
What?
It's a good sentence, bud.
Exactly.
Exactly. In scene.
It's supposed to be a sentence of like, these are just words to make Drevin be like, sounds good to me.
Turns out that list of friendly ghouls that Drevin was reading was just the menu from the last restaurant we were at, because he doesn't know how to read.
There you go.
Oh, no, someone else wrote it for me. I just put a big ol' X on it.
Yeah, they wrote the menu.
Vandy wrote it, just like, I guess here you go.
By the way,
Sorry.
I woke up and
fish pie.
my back,
nice there.
it hurt an awful lot when I came out of the fugue state.
Would you like a chiropractic adjustment? I've been practicing on bones.
Hold, here, take a look. And he'll
The fish is noticeably flopping about at an angle.
Nil would be a chiropractor.
Somehow the fish is limping.
You
yeah.
all should be wary of your chiropractor, because this is what it looks like.
Finding Nemo
My
broken
femur
fin.
is larger than your body. I think I'm okay.
Okay, just saying.
He'll pull up the back of his shirt, and there's actually words etched in his back.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh, nice. What did they say?
Stigmata.
What language?
Did they read English?
They do.
What's
they
English?
are
What's English?
they are that.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay. Whoa. How do you get it off of the thing?
You have to do
Oh,
the
no.
thing.
I mean, you have to go to a tattoo removal expert.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's a
And
lot of work.
lasers, it's a whole
A
thing.
lot of money.
Things that should be sent to us so we can put them on screen for people.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a great thing for us to have.
Tiny writing. Let's just say.
Yeah.
I swear this oath, taken free of all undue influence and under no duress, that I absolutely and entirely renounce all allegiance and fidelity to any deity, state, or sovereignty of whom or which I have heretofore been subjected to, and that my unconditional devotion is from this day forward due to only the Lady of Light, Scourge of Darkness, Serenray. Should I break this vow, may consequences befall me as she should deem fit, and by her discretion alone.
What?
Yeah, then it has a huge list of edicts. I hope you, write these down, Marker. And the, anathemas are hard to read, so I guess you'd better be really careful.
You've basically taken a paladin's oath, but without the paladin powers.
Oh. That's awkward. But it makes sense.
The font is great, though, so the
See,
writing
now this is what
style's
happens
good.
when you don't think for yourself.
The Serenites really know how to put a serif on a character.
I can't believe I'm saying this. 100% Calbum's right.
See, I told you. I knew it.
Like I honestly cannot process anything beyond the fact that I just agreed with Calbum. I'm just,
I guess we
Buddy,
should...
I got so many things to tell you.
Where did that even come from?
I don't know. I came to after I was healed, and it was in my head, and it was... my back hurt.
Well, for sure,
It feels like a
chiropractic
burn.
suggestion. Yeah, well, I would assume
It's
so.
itchy, kind of like a burn is, like when it's healing.
Now, see what we got to do. Is we got to take that poison or whatever you said it was, and if we dilute it by like 100, and then 100 again, and then 100 again, then you can take it, and it'll be like a healing potion for you.
Oh,
That
Calum's
is-
into homeopathy.
Listen, if we're gonna do chiropractic, we got to do the other.
gotta do everything.
the other quack magics.
You gotta
If he
start with
gets-
22s to build up your immunity to bullets.
no, if my cousin gets hit by enough smaller crossbow bolts for the size of Morlocks, he can take larger crossbow bolts.
See, now y'all are getting it.
You gotta dilute the crossbow bolts out,
Yeah,
though.
with smaller crossbow bolts. If you're covered in crossbow bolts, it can't hit you because
you-
there's crossbow bolts in the way.
Did you know that you have to kill the spawn of Rovagug on sight?
Yeah. I mean, that's
Yes.
generally like everyone.
I
If you don't
know,
die.
I didn't know that until, I woke up this morning.
You know who Rovagug is, right? Like, I know who that is. and
Well, I
ain't
know who he
religious.
is. I just didn't know I had to kill his spawn on sight, but now I know.
I mean, I wish you the best of luck if that happens, but,
I think just about anyone who sees them and would kill them.
yeah.
Okay.
I think
Anyone
that-
else would just run away.
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure even, like,
Nils like, "Can I fit
Drevin's...
it in my bag."
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure Drevin's resources, even at this point, would be within those confines of, fights that you can possibly win, you gotta do, but otherwise you run away so that you don't die.
So what was that room you wanted to go to?
Well, the
flesh
one
shelter.
we're going to next, obviously, but I do also have one more thing, Calvum, that might be of interest to you in particular. It is called, I made this up, the Scepter of Command, and you probably command people with it.
Is
I
this
haven't-
the staff that
This-
you took
yeah.
from the priestess?
Did you want me to, like,
I
don't
partially
know,
identified
the
it
one-
and just called it a staff of commanding bugs.
you want me to, like,
Is that
take
the
a look
staff
at
from the
that?
priestess or the one that's from under the throne at the...
The one you had was from under the throne. That
Yeah,
has
the one under
big
the
black
throne.
orb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
under the throne was the
obsidian
staff that I identified with the
Yeah.
obsidian.
We haven't
Oh.
identified the priestess's staff at all. If it
Gotcha,
even
gotcha,
doesn't,
gotcha,
I think.
gotcha.
Well, we've been here for like an hour.
Yeah.
We're gonna identify it.
I
But
have
If they
that's
tried.
want us
the one I was
to.
talking
I've been
about.
treating people.
It has a kind of an obsidian like orb on the top, which is a convenient material for necessary things, I think. But although I don't know if the path is not clear right now. Anyways, so this is, I think it's called the Scepter of Command, and so far I haven't tried it yet.
Well, let's do it.
Okay, at your command, sir. Let's try it out.
It works already.
I mean, do you want us to take a look at it, figure out what it does?
Try it on me.
Well, we did look at it.
Yeah.
Me and Drebin.
Can I tell if it is something that I can use easily?
That is indeed a thing that you can do in order to tell if it's something that you can use. I say as I furiously go through the notes, trying to remember what the heck that was.
Scrolling back
It's
a
the
full
staff of
chapter.
I
command.
swear, where did you find that thing
So
again?
when we went back to the haunt
We found it last
in the
session.
bones
Yeah.
room, we went back to the haunt, and under the throne.
Skull Crossroads.
It was like holding the throne
The-
together. or
I
something,
called
right?
it the
Yeah.
staff of command.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not going to find that. I made that up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Where is this in the book?
It's not going to be in that book. I was like, where the heck is
This
it?
is what happens when you don't have your notes for one
I
session as
just
a
know
GM.
It was, I know it was an important material. It was very well crafted.
So Calbum, you go and handle this thing, and you turn it over in your hands, and you're looking for your old standby, right? Hermetic runes, paths of power carved into the thing, and this does have a lot of markings on it, but none of those really trigger for you. There isn't any arcane pattern to this that your studies would allow you to be able to enact. However, you feel it, and almost a familiarity still kind of takes over you, even though there's no arcane markings on this. You hold it in your hand, you turn it over, and you feel as though there's something about this that's familiar.
Is it wands? Like what? How? I mean, for Calvum, it's
It's
going
big.
to be bigger.
It's like a scepter for you, but
Okay.
this would be like a wand for a normal person. And
Normal person.
you would. I'm sorry.
Listen, that says a lot about Calvum.
I know.
We're gonna have to give this to someone else. There ain't one of those in this party.
A normal gnome.
Yeah.
Right. And you're moving it around, and you kind of feel like a bump against your back, and you look, and it's Spork, who's hopped down from the bookshelf at some point, and just kind of blinks at you. And you don't really. Spork doesn't talk or anything, but you kind of get this
we get
feeling
vibes.
of like,
yeah.
go on. And you just kind of, you open yourself to it. It's not a study, it's not understanding the runes. You just open yourself to it, and you find that you can use this you can use this wand. You kind of unlock it in your mind, and you feel like you could go and cast this at something or someone.
You want to figure out what it does?
I don't know how dangerous this thing is, so
You want some help looking at it real fast?
so I pointed at Nil.
I don't know how
Nice.
dangerous it is.
I put Nil and I are best friends.
Hold on.
I pull the
like
trigger.
20 seconds and
pull the
just
trigger.
walking fully out of the room.
Pull the trigger. Or whatever.
Pull the trigger.
You'll go forward
Activated at
and
nil.
you'll activate it, and in your mind, the undercommon phrase will manifest in your mind, and it's not a command. It's more of a possession. It's mine, is what this is. Nil, give me a will save.
You're going to make someone mad.
Ooh, okay, well, that's a 17 on the die for 11. That's 28.
You can
28.
always re-roll it.
The
Burn a hero point. Let's go.
Where are worst dice? Who has the worst dice on
can
here?
willingly
so
fail.
Nil will
yeah,
feel
can you willingly-
a sort of. It's not a grabbing. It's almost. Calvum briefly looks tall, like taller than you,
Right.
which he is not.
Right.
And he sort of seems to almost loom over you.
Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? I know what it is. I look like our vision from 3 or 4 sessions ago when we got stuck in the room. I look like you think that you look, and that I think my ancestor looks. I get super tall, and I'm like, it looks like a rapier almost. I'm like, hey, we should do a thing. And like it kind of fades out of
and then it just sort of fades down, and you definitely feel like a flash of authority kind of come over you. But it fades before you can really kind of put any type of feeling to it. But that's all you get out of it.
I could feel who you were.
yeah, me too.
I could feel the sense. The idea you must have been an incredible general of some sort. The pure gumption. I trusted you to lead us. Anyway, you must have been an incredible general.
You too, bud. 'Cause that's who I felt like. I felt like you, but in a past life.
This is an interesting orb.
So while we've been in here for like an hour or so getting healed up, can we have tried to identify the staff that the cult leader had?
Yeah.
I'll fire that one off too. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do
just-
it.
Go.
I love activating things that we don't know what they do.
It's a great idea.
Spectacular idea. You will pick up the staff, and who's trying to check it out? Because not
There's nothing
Calvin.
that says that we all can.
I can.
I mean, I'll assist whoever's trying to check it out.
Well, if you guys were
Got
doing
a
it before I
+9.
got here, then I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I do
We
have
could
quick
do it-
identify though, so
you could
if I
do
need
it
to
when
hit-
you get here.
Yeah.
So Corwin probably would have been taking his time trying to heal everybody,
Yeah,
and then piece.
I would have been
back
identifying
together.
I'll take a look at it.
I've got a +9.
Yeah, I think that either one of you might have a good shot at it. So we want to try. Does one of you want to assist the other?
What kind of check is it?
It's real. Well, I mean, it depends actually. Are you trying to identify it with religion? That's what it sounds like.
Kind of my best choice.
Then, if you want to assist, it's going to have to be a religion check.
That's fine. I'm an expert in religion now.
Me
That's-
too.
Well, roll me a religion check, whomever is assisting.
I'll assess.
It's an identifying.
Huh?
Identifying, right? So you'll roll the actual check.
Sure.
So I got a 6, making it 14, so I don't make it worse.
You don't make it worse. And Drevin's bonus to religion appears to be a 9, if I have my notes correct.
Yes.
All right. So
It's a staff.
pretty good.
It's a
So
real
this
stick.
is something called a staff of necromancy.
Wow.
You are.
That's getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Let me get that. Let me get it.
Yeah.
wait.
There's something else here. Looking on the shaft of the skull of the staff, under the hand wraps, there are glyphs that are burned into it, and quick note languages.
I know a ton of them.
What do you
Null.
infernal?
No.
No.
Hi.
Seriously?
Yep.
Okay.
He has like
I'm
30
based.
languages.
I have multilingual. I know far too many languages.
Fair enough. Corwin might notice it. It's definitely at the sound of a weird script with no one else being able to figure it out. you would be able to hand it over to Corwin. And he would be able to see that it is actually a pact that has been carved onto this staff. And the pact would read...
It's the contract.
It's not
No,
the contract.
that'd be
It's
fine.
a
Contract.
That would be awesome.
That's devil script.
But by the power of this staff, I do hereby bind myself to your task to guard the rear and keep your cult safe in her name. Sacrifices to be paid per standard. And there's actually a footnote kind of notation next to it. The number is 283 of the footnote notation.
That's a book.
It looks like it's referencing a clause somewhere. You turn the staff over multiple times. You do not see where that footnote would be on the staff. If it is, it's not here.
And it doesn't have like name, like who this person is. It's just
There
I
is
and
a
we.
glyph. There is a glyph.
Okay. Just note that down. That's definitely first devil script. Second, some kind of promise of service, essentially.
Oh, those are becoming popular.
Well, this one's more paid. Well, if it's devil script, paid in usually souls. So, if I had to take a guess with saying something about rear guard and defending cults and whatnot, we got. I mean, someone's binding clause here, but it's
Probably
got reference
Valcora.
to. Well, it's got reference to something here that ain't here, so it might be worth. I mean, looking into.
Well, we know that Belcora was fond of contracts. Perhaps it's referencing a line in a contract.
It might be, but this is like, this ain't someone writing it on a staff. This is a devil's script. Like, this is pact bound kind of stuff.
You don't say.
Well, it's a staff of necromancy, so if we don't have any use for it, we can just destroy it.
No, for now, keep that, because, well, we had that one fella looking for, you mentioned the weird baby thing. I mean, I don't think this is tying to them.
The devil
But-
thing we found that had a contract somewhere that we want to rip up.
Oh,
Yeah, you
the
said something about a
lady.
weird, like, devil room or something.
Oh, right,
janitor.
You weren't there for that. I forgot.
Nah, my cousin told me all about it. It's kind of weird.
Weird
don't-
evil baby with wings.
It don't sound like it's tying to him, because this ain't got nothing about, like, clean and serve. This is something defend and,
But no, it's definitely worth keeping until we figure out what it's about.
yeah.
Then we can destroy it.
Or
Yeah.
hand it over to someone that can use it. I mean, Morlabent's got plenty of magic sources. Rin might be able to get some good use out of it. Just because it's got necromancy in it, that don't mean it's bad. I mean, that stuff's all what healing magic's based on.
That doesn't mean it's bad, but down here, I wouldn't want anyone else getting a hold of it.
No, that's why we keep hands on it.
Are there any useful parts left of Ogul?
You would, by this point, notice
So
that he is
coily.
missing several fingers, a claw, a couple of teeth. They just don't
He's
seem to be there
been
anymore.
Are there two of you now?
Look,
Well,
I gotta figure out
will
about Goofy.
say, what I will say is one thing that piques Nil's interest immediately with the sort of grisly instinct she seems to have is a ghoul tongue is of particular interest. It is longer and slimier than a normal tongue of its type,
Looks
and
like
almost
an excellent appleberry.
almost assuredly would be a terrible thing to go and work with.
Okay, well, I would also like to check out, see if there are any particularly interesting or things that I should, reduce, reuse, recycle of our the previous boss of this firm too.
So same deal. She's got that distinctive long ghoul tongue, which is and possibly given her stature, you could think of some sort of like. Some might call them profane uses for such a reagent, but certainly her position as a social leader of her ghoul coven or cult would kind of indicate that there might be something associated with that. Probably more so than Ograil, to be perfectly honest.
Mocker's leaving the room and going out to the library if we're going to start doing this, because he has a sensitive stomach.
That's probably wise. Would you like to maybe look for some books while you're out here?
I'll take the list.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, Nil, here, just kind of hand over a scalpel. Makes it easier to get the tongue out with the whole little fleshy bit on the bottom.
This is excellent. Unfortunately, it's rather metal. I don't know about that.
You can just tear it.
Can I use metal things?
Not
you
weaponry.
Did you convert her over to the? Could you convert Nil over to the revised rules?
No.
Then
no.
no, you cannot use
Okay,
metal
yeah, it's
tools.
looking.
Well, you can use metal weaponry.
But you can use.
It
metal
doesn't say tools, it says weaponry.
Huh,
Well,
I'll
I
figure
can
that.
use anything as a weapon, so I will probably keep to my way.
You've got your stone knife, which
Yeah.
works pretty well.
It's probably also obsidian, so it's like chipped away at the edge, a little bit of saw action.
What'd you get?
18
Serrated.
on the die for a total of a 26.
26. Nice. You are able to find yourself 2 bulk worth of books that Morlevent would be interested in.
Did
I'll
I
probably-
succeed or critically succeed on the staff?
You
don't know.
Succeeded on
Okay,
the
so I just know the name.
Yeah, you know the name, and you know that this seems to be a thing of power. There seems to be like definitely some kind of it's divine in nature. So it's
Well, I was putting it on my character sheet. I wanted to know if I could read the things or not. So
to know like what type of spells you could get out of it and stuff like that. No, you can. You got enough to. Let's see here. You shouldn't just get the name with a success. I think you should be able to get something, right?
critical success is how to activate it,
And if it's cursed.
and if it's cursed.
Got you. Okay.
So
Well, you
I
don't
know
if
that
it's
it
cursed.
is an item. I know its name, and I know that it is magical.
Correct.
You get activation because you know how to use it.
Well, it's a staff. You'd have to prepare.
I don't
it
have
and
any
use spell
spells.
slots. So,
Yeah, but you
like,
would know
that
that's
you're not.
how it works.
You don't have the power to be able to use this.
Well, hand that over to Nil. See, okay, that doesn't work. Probably join my cousin in looking for books and keeping an eye on those other 2 doors just to make sure nothing comes up from behind us while we're waiting.
You come out and you see essentially just a moving book pile. Like, it's moving around like 2 stacks, and Mocker's under there somewhere.
Just slowly pull something up from his side and bring it up to a glove. Oh, it's just you. Okay.
Can I have some help carrying these?
One thing that might actually, occur to our investigator friend is that you didn't really fully explore the level. There's got to be a lot of ghouls left around here. You have no idea why none of them have come back. Like, it doesn't make any sense to you why.
Well, they got sent to the flesh chamber.
Who knows?
Just close those doors. I'm just going to go over and just get them shut. Look,
You close the door behind. Aren't we in that room?
not that one, the way into here. Oh, okay. And just kind of close that up. Gus, give me a hand here and just pull a bookshelf over in front of it. Move this back out
the
of the way.
bookshelves are built in, but there
Oh.
are tables you could push
Yeah,
in
just
front of it.
move the tables then. Just look, this will at least give us some idea they're coming through, but
The door is actually quite sturdy. You can secure it from the inside.
we've dealt with 5, 6 ghouls.
Yeah.
7 if we count the leader.
There's got to be more.
There has to be. But
I didn't hear anything through her from the others, but that doesn't mean there aren't necessarily more.
when we got the 2 other, I don't think we're getting through that big old skeleton door. I mean, it didn't seem to like you very much.
You know what time it is?
We got the other 2 though.
It's because I know.
It's your favorite time.
Yes.
So-
Check the other 2 doors first.
No.
We don't have the ghouls running up behind us.
DM, could you kindly paint us a picture of what room we're standing in? Because I only walked into it and have only just now seen that room for the very first time.
Can you go ahead? We can pull this room up here and just kind of give you an idea of it, and I'll describe to you kind of where we are at to make it a bit easier. Because there's a lot of doors in here and
Yeah.
a lot of furniture, so it's a little complicated. So we'll just go ahead and pull it on up for you. But essentially, it's a library.
Is this more library, like shelves and stacks?
Built
and
into the
whatnot?
walls, there's research tables out in the actual book, in the actual center of the room to kind of bring books out and look. And there's a lot of doors. That's the main complicated thing about this place is that there's a lot of doors. There's the door you snuck in through, which Corin is currently trying to barricade shut. There is the 2 doors to the south, which no one has explored yet. There's the door to the east, which is sealed by a giant pair of like fleshy, bony, clawed hands, which have risen up out of the ground and sealed the door shut. And then there's the 2 double doors to the north, which are ajar, and where behind which was the head of the cult.
Neil,
Yes.
what's up with them hands?
It's like the first time
Well-
you've noticed them. The
Yeah.
books distracted you.
Yeah,
terribly.
I was distracted by getting handed wands and looking at books and firing a unknown spell at you.
Well, they say stairs.
Do they say
Right.
stairs?
They do say stairs.
But
In
we
what
have
language?
Undercommon.
Okay.
Oh, I have been told they say stairs.
That's right. They do say stairs. But is that really what they are, though?
I don't know. It could be conspiracy. Currently, we have Mocker who has tried to slice and dice them, but it did not work. But I
It
was
really wasn't good.
No, those things were pretty nasty.
I was thinking interior decorating for the future. This is a great idea. Nobody's gonna walk into my house if I have that at the front of it.
You're correct.
No one ever walked into Neil's house anyway.
But they definitely won't now.
I ain't too keen on going down when we would have a cult of ghouls behind us. So
Well, no, I mean now we have obviously a direction in mind.
Is there magic of any kind happening to that door?
Significantly, yes. You sense you sense that there's a magical effect on this door, rather unsurprisingly.
Yeah, of course. You said that the hands are like growing out of the ground.
So they appear to have sprung out of the ground and are sort of like, imagine my chest is the
yeah.
door. They're doing this.
Okay.
And the hands are digging into the door frame. The forearms cross and plunge into the floor.
So it's as though like a giant is sitting there with his arms crossed in front of us,
blocking the door,
Yeah.
yes.
Great.
yeah, we gotta
Isn't
find.
that cool?
It's so cool.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It looks pretty nifty.
Was
It's
that like
horrifying.
that when you guys got here?
Yes.
No, it popped up.
Look.
Oh no, it was here, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it's-
totally
there,
when we
yeah.
got here.
I thought that because we tried to open the door that it had come up, and I
that
just
would have been
remembered
so
wrong.
much
would've been
cooler.
awesome,
But
actually.
like, oh my god.
It's like a fun house, just like, nope.
Exactly. Like, no, you can't go this way.
It can't go this way.
I got soul slapped by them.
Let's check out these other 2 doors since we're
Wait.
in here, and to make sure that nothing's gonna come up jumping behind us.
Unfortunately, we have prior appointments. Those prior appointments are with the flesh room.
It's
Hi.
intelligent for
There's
us to
gonna
check
get
these
there.
rooms
There's a
But
flesh
he
room?
said that we could go to the flesh room.
We are
next.
gonna get there.
He said next in particular.
That
I
sounds
think
like
you're
I'm
making
just
up
saying.
stuff anyway.
that sounds like a promise.
Doesn't
I
mean-
trust
Sounds
Neil.
like a promise from Drevin, and Drevin has never let anyone down on a promise.
We
should-
will go to the flesh room. It is safer to check these doors quickly.
But I don't know. I feel like this is a breach of my trust, as the only reason we went this way is because you said we could go the next way.
We went to get
next.
Augrail.
So, point of order on Drevin's promise. So, promising somebody something that winds up being unwise or tactical, right? You can certainly try to convince, right? There's no intent to deceive. You did say, like, okay, yeah, we can definitely go do this way. It's
I'm
a
not
matter of your
lying.
own personal honor as to whether or not you want to say, well, no, we really need to be safe about this first. Like, it's not
That's
like
exactly what I'm
it's
doing.
not a slavery contract, and you didn't lie at the time.
Corwin's already walking towards the doors.
It is intelligent and safer to at least look in the doors first.
I have been betrayed in my time of need, Drevin.
Saren Ray is alive.
Saren Ray is alive. I renounce. This is.
We will go and check out the
I
flesh
can't
room
even trust you anymore,
as soon
Drevin.
as it is safe to do so.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
I will
Nell is
pick
the
you up
greatest
and carry you
8-year-old.
through the doors if I have to.
Come on. Take my hand.
Mocker, he lied to me.
Nil is laying on the ground like like a toddler, as heavy as she could possibly make herself.
Drag.
I'm gonna pick her up.
Over, already checking the door to make sure there's no crossbow traps on this one.
You examine the door,
Okay.
and you check it out, and I'm gonna roll a die for you. And yep, you look great. It looks great. Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
You have my.
Well,
new
you know what?
perception
That's
stuff,
not
right?
going to stop
Huh?
me.
You have my new perception stats.
I do have your new perception stats.
You rolled
it's
a
not
2.
gonna matter.
Eh.
Well, you know
if there
what's
is a
not
trap,
going
there
to
is a
stop
trap.
me.
If there's not, there's not.
He could say there's a trap. I'll probably still open it.
I will tell you one thing. There are two different, the two doors to the south. They do have a different sense about them, especially to your investigator, keenly trained eye. There is one that has a significant. It looks like it is opened and traveled through more often, and then there is a very sense of a dirty sense around it, like a soiled sense around it. Like this door seems.
Does one of the doors
off.
lie and one only tells the truth?
Stop. The other door is.
Oh, what a lie.
The other door is clean. So there's the author's hall, which seems to have that weird sense to it, and then there's the scriptorium, which looks clean. A scriptorium would be a place where books are copied.
Well, Colt probably goes through there fairly often, judging by the dust around the base of the door and wear and tear on it. But if they're looking for the place they're writing books or contracts, probably over in the author's room.
Sweet.
Now, that one they ain't going into too often. So there might be a reason for that.
Might be where the contracted demon or devil is.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So we just don't open that door.
I'm thinking we check at least what's in there and we close it behind us. Worst comes to worst.
Does it trigger anything for me? You said it felt weird.
Look, they ain't coming
Not
out of the
to you,
room.
No.
Okay.
Never mind. I was going to make a joke. It's fine.
Fireball.
Yep. That was a joke. I was like, I can always throw a fireball in
Roll
there.
it in the room. Close the door.
Flashbang.
Frag out. So you're it looks clean, though you don't see anything with there. Anything like no traps or crossbow traps or glyphs of explosion or anything like that.
I mean,
It's a bucket of water on the doors. It gets you wet.
But you didn't see anything, did you? So why don't we just go in?
that's what I mean. It looks safe enough. It's just there's a reason that they ain't going through that other door, and
So busy door
Could be.
first.
could be something in there.
All right.
I mean, at least
go in
it
there
means
then.
the cult
Busy door
hasn't
first.
gone
Yeah,
through.
just gonna walk
All
up to
right.
the busy door.
So you open up busy door, and that's gonna be you push this door open, and it's going to open into a room.
Busy hallway.
It's not a hallway. It's a long room.
That's a hallway right there.
There are writing desks around the room. However, the room is in terrible condition. The furniture is smashed. There are gouges and claw marks in the wooden furniture. Bits of it have been ripped off the wall, and the entire room reeks of sickness and death.
How dare someone take away my favorite pastime?
Of destroying the room. Yeah,
Trashing the room.
Sorry,
Yeah,
everybody.
got here first.
Your psychometric resonances scream at you as soon as you walk into this room. You get physically sick. Mocker is overwhelmed with a sense of pain, of a growing hunger, of desperation, and then of a sort of animalistic bloodlust, and it clashes together in an absolute just riot of emotions. Mocker is gonna basically be nearly insensate while he tries to sort this out.
Mocker goes white as a sheet, and his nose actually starts dripping blood a little. And you see his eyes turn up into the back of his head, and he is out of it.
You are going to, from your investigator standpoint, a few things come to mind here. Looking at this room and seeing the sense, and looking at the back of the door and the claw marks of the door, you're able to, and certainly with having interacted a bit with the ghouls, you are able to piece together a fairly grim story of what happened in this room. You are able to understand that when the cult of the Canker goes and is able to either find willing converts or captures people, they infect them with ghoul fever and then lock them in this room until the transformation is complete and they turn into a loyal ghoul follower. And in this room is where infected living individuals spent the last days of their living lives with their sanity slipping away and the ghoul fever overtaking their bodies.
Well, that's unpleasant.
Is there any?
But it explains why it's more used than the other one.
There is one other thing that catches your mind, and that is across the room, all the way on the other end, where a desk has apparently been ripped off the wall and thrown back against it in a fit. You do see that the wall seems to have indented slightly, which looks off from the rest of the area.
Hold on, Drevin, come with me. I'm just gonna start walking towards the back of the room.
Your senses are kind of like, ugh. Mocker is still like staggering a bit under the psychometric resonance of what happened here.
Mocker's putting his head between his knees on the floor.
You'll get to the back of the room, and with Drevin's help, you can kind of push the shattered furniture aside to clear away a section of the wall. Give me a perception check.
Both of us.
I'm fairly certain he'll make it.
7 plus 13 if it is involved in my lead, 12 if not, so 19 or 20.
So you're able to check this thing out, and reaching against the wall where the desk would have covered it, you're able to find a hidden catch. And by popping it, the section of the wall kind of shifts inward and then rotates away from you, revealing a hallway and a secret door coming off of the southern area.
Secret tunnel.
Well, now that would have been plumb useful for the folk that were stuck in here, but guess it was actually pretty well sealed up till they damaged it. Don't know where this goes. There's a door down there, but let's close this up and check the other one real fast. We can come back to it.
Well.
It gives us, if they start banging on the door up there, this gives us at least a back way out around them.
It does appear that there's a way out.
Oh, so we'll use this as a backup option, and
We
we'll
can
go check
where
out the less used door.
We can check where it goes once we finish up there.
All right. So you'll retreat back and move back up into the main area and check the other doorway.
Just close the door to that one and just be like, all right.
With the door closed and
Up and
Mocker out of it, your senses will start to clear, and with only a few deep breaths, you're able to get your bearings again.
You got to figure out how to like just not do that in some
Constantly.
places.
Sorry.
It's like,
That's kind of what I do.
can you just not be sad?
Yeah.
No, it's just like
Just
you
stop
walk
being
into every
depressed. It's
room
easy.
and your immediate thought is, what happened here? And like you walk into a mortuary, what happened there is people died.
I didn't
That's
even
not how
do.
mortuaries work.
I didn't even do that
No,
with
that's
that
where-
room.
that's where
If you
everyone
sense
dies.
it over the body.
Everyone dies in a
Well-
mortuary. That's like the point, right?
No, you
Well,
die first.
See, Corwin, he gets the vibe of rooms, and it's just not something. I mean, it's in the way that Mocker is built.
Ain't you ever noticed the crystal? It's a thing you gotta do. Like he's got to focus
I
to
didn't
do
even do that with this room. It just kind of happened.
It did
Was
just kind of
immediate,
happen.
Man.
you know.
Man, you just don't understand. Mocker's mind is starting to open up to the possibilities of the universe, man. So, like,
He's beginning to believe.
Yeah, that's a.
got me. There it is. That's good. Yep.
Ironically, not entirely inaccurate.
It ain't inaccurate. It's also got weird flesh script showing up. So,
So you move to
Good
this
bed.
room and you push the door open to this second room. And this room is much better put together. It's not trashed, for one thing. There is not so much like work tables, but actual hutches that are built into the wall, workstations with privacy screens and actual hutches of small cabinets that have book copying supplies in them. Pigeonholes, sort of, not really like drawers. And each station is laid out with the materials and equipment you would need to go and copy books. There are in fact some books on these workstations to be copied, apparently waiting for something to come and copy them. As looking around the room, there's one thing in the far corner that seems out of place to catch your eye, but you don't really have time to go and examine it because as the door opens and you walk in, sweeping from the right, coming from behind the wall, comes a figure of a spectral woman sort of drifting into place. She is fairly tall, has unmistakable long elf ears. The pallor of her skin, even in a spectral, even in her spectral state, is unmistakably the charcoal black of a drow. She'll turn her gaze to the party of you as you open the door, and her eyes seem to look through you, like she doesn't actually see you specifically, but knows you're there. She'll sniff a bit. Finally, new workers. To your posts, there's copying to be done. And she ushers you over and imperiously points to various spots around the room, apparently in her mind directing you to open spaces on the desks. And I think that's an excellent time for us to take a brief 10-minute break. Stretch your legs, refill your glasses, and we will see you back shortly.
She looks like my type.
I mean, same, but IRL.
Well, I can't unhear that.
Welcome back, everyone. When last we left our heroes, they had explored a room and been imperiously commanded by the ghost of one of the former residents here. But who did she command, really? Let's go find out and do some character introductions. We're going to go in a little bit of a wonky way, I think. We'll start over here with, well, let's see, Derp's not paying attention. With you!
I am actually paying attention.
Well,
I was
then,
reading
you're
the
not.
rules on staves because we were talking about that.
Oh, yeah, it's real simple. You have to have access to the spells.
You
You have
have
to have
to-
cast spell activity.
Tradition.
Well, yeah, you have to have the appropriate spell on your spell list. You have to be able to cast the spell, and you have to prepare at the start of your day with it to be able to use it. In other words, no one can use that staff till tomorrow at the very least.
Yep, that's true. Unless using it counts as selling it for cash.
Yes, but that's preferably not what we'd like to do because staves are nice.
Gimme.
But, howdy, I'm Derp. I play Drevin Sorrel, this nearly 7-foot tall, full plate wielding, clinkety-clankety gnoll who has a paladin's hammer and will smite everything.
Hey, Squidish just rated us.
Hey!
By the way, Wacko Nation Adventures did rate us right as the break went. Terribly sorry, guys, but welcome to you guys as well.
The Eternal Terse is streaming. Oh, hey, I'm going to raid this cool channel. We're going on break.
There's a Colonel Terses.
Every time.
That's okay. You guys, you needed a break too.
As far as
Fine.
eternal curses go, that's a fairly minor eternal curse, I will say.
You have just reminded me, completely a separate issue, but
Great, well, we'll come to it later.
Yeah, we'll get
but
a
it's
Next
character
character
introduction.
introduction.
No, it
Relevant.
doesn't matter.
Let's go to Calba.
Oh, hi, I'm Calvin Finleybottom. I'm a wizard, and I'm tiny, and I have a big cat that's about the same size as me that's warm now. Like, extra warm.
Extra warm.
Yeah,
And also teleport, apparently.
I guess
That-
so.
All cats can
it's-
teleport.
it's
All
cat
cats can
teleportation.
teleport.
Innate
The,
ability.
yeah, the
Yeah,
cat,
like,
the cat delivery system is quite active. in
The
first
cats
one,
exist
yeah.
in a superposition. The cat is where it is only when you're looking at it, and when you look away, it could be any number of places.
And actually,
Yep.
not even that. It's when the cat wants you to be observing it.
That's
Because-
true.
Fair.
Because that is, cats are quite. That sentence just
The word. Similar to the similar to the
Com-
first time we did
issue.
character
happening
intro.
all day.
Well, we'll pop
really
over to
bad at
Nil
this.
because we're going to go in a weird order. Nil.
Hello, I'm Bryn, and I am playing Nil Grumman, our dwarven druid over here, having a great time trying to find monsters. Nobody else wants to find monsters. Everybody else just wants to stay safe.
That's a monster.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's thrilling. Also, she's like sexy as heck, so let's go, guys.
Pretty
This is
some gorgeous
awesome.
art for her.
Yes.
Whoever did
was
that
so
one did
good.
a really good job.
Kudos to whoever that was.
Altmark, Marker Thorngard, human thaumaturge, and wow, she his type. She's spooky and kooky and
Dead.
pretty and yeah, that too. It's
Also
odd, but
bossy
that's
and
his,
mean.
Yeah, that's definitely his
I-
type.
That is people's types, yeah.
I'll give you orders.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
The next group of adventurers in 50 years to come into this room will find Mocker's ghost. Still, yes, oh
Right,
yes,
yes.
give me more orders.
Right.
Why do you think Saren Ray and him get along so well? She can literally burn orders into his back, and he's just like, oh yes.
Yeah, that's probably totally what happened.
Yeah, that's probably.
And we'll go to Corwin.
Hi, Corwin, Arcadis, Devin, whatever name you know me by. I play Corwin, our resident field medic, currently thriving and fresh as a daisy alchemist.
With a pretty bad kill to save ratio for today, I will
Look,
say.
He was dead already.
Called out.
Yeah, they're
Called out.
thrown
You
under
cannot
the bus.
take me to the deposition hearing He was already a corpse.
There you
He
go.
was already
There you
dead.
go.
I did not kill anyone. He was dead already.
Pangolin
the audience
Radish,
is
hello for White Carnation. My name is Pangolin Radish. I love to see your content. Pray to the dice gods for y'all D20s. Thank you so much, sir.
Yay.
Much appreciated.
That
Hail
one hates me.
Centipede.
That one really likes me. And that one is about middling.
All right.
Well, you can tell which one actually is the medic die.
Yeah.
The one that hurts the most.
No,
Whichever one
this
that is.
This is the one that kills people.
There you go.
All right, well, now that we've been actually ghosted by this
Exactly.
chick.
And when last we left our heroes, as you had walked into the room, rather imperiously, aha! New scribes, finally, where have you been? To work! And she gestures each of you to a different alcove.
Ah.
Apologies, Spirit. I believe you have misunderstood who we are.
Come on now, no back talk. Sit down first. There's work to be done.
Yeah, we're not sheeple, man. We don't work for you, man.
She kind of like will pause for a bit and then kind of like, well then, if you're not going to go and sit down and do your work properly, I think I have to teach you some discipline.
Really?
God dang it. Roll initiative, all of you.
Mocker pokes his head in the door, gets real excited.
Oh my gosh.
I now understand why Mocker has begun to worship Sarenrae. She is literally the devil or angel on your shoulder. The redemption or the punishment.
Oh no.
Okay, 14.
14. Okay, Nil.
Okay.
Feel free to call it some numbers.
26.
Okay, 26.
18 on the die. Mocker's real excited to be here.
Mocker is very excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
You seem to have misunderstood the numbers, sir. I got a 13.
Well, yeah.
17 on me.
17.
12 on the die for a 25.
25. And Mocker got a
26.
26. Okay, perfect. And whoop.
Yeah, expected.
I like women who go first anyway.
Like women would take the initiative.
She definitely took the initiative, literally.
She is going to stride across the room, gliding, of course, but actually like striding, moving, or like she's moving, running up to you. And let's see here. So both Drevin and Calbum gave her some lip. Calbum's closer, I guess.
You're very
I was
Calvin
at
is
least-
outside the room.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
I was
no.
at least
Oh, you're kind of
polite.
shouting it into the room?
Yeah. No, Calbum is a coward.
Yeah.
Let's be quite clear.
Very brave when you
Yeah,
feel Nolan
when I
in
have
front of
when I have a big knoll in front of me and I'm around a corner.
And I was at least polite with my introduction.
That's true. But you are refusing to get to work. So she's going to stride up to Drevin and literally haul her hand back and slap you with a slap across the face kind of slap.
She's just going more and more into the...
For a 20.
This is a PG-13
Well,
show, y'all.
unfortunately, the armor is not for show, and it is enchanted. It will be enough to blunt this spectral blow.
Fair enough. You reel away, and she'll smack back, and then she'll swing it at you, and then she'll kind of glare at you and say, "Now, unless you want some more, get back to work." And that's going to be a demoralize, which I'm not rolling too great, but we'll
It
see.
could probably still beat me. I have a 19 DC for will.
19 DC for Will. Oh, that's interesting. They didn't give her any intimidate.
Oh, it sounds like she's not trained.
Yeah, sounds like she's untrained in intimidation.
Yeah, no, given her backstory, she should definitely have intimidate. I'm just
Then
gonna
give it
say
to her.
that.
You're the GM.
I'm totally just gonna go make her have some intimidate here. We'll just mirror her society. All right, so that's gonna be 23.
That will demoralize me. Yes.
And
it's
her,
a specter.
Her whole face like kind of almost darkens and in an intimidating halo, and she's just going to point like to the desk, and that's going to be her third action.
Bad dog.
Bad dog. In your bed.
Mucker, you're kind of out in the hallway. You kind of see this happen.
Mocker's gonna take a second to get himself under control, and then he's going to attempt, and then he's gonna attempt to assess her, not the way you think.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay, whatever.
esoteric style.
Esoterically upset. Yeah, is that what you're calling it these days?
Look, she's already see-through. I can't undress her with my eyes.
Go ahead and roll me. Roll me an esoteric lore.
It's a 10 on the die for a 21.
10 on the die for a 21. That's going to be a failure. You're trying to like see something about her, but the thing with spirits is they can vary widely in how powerful they are and what their individual quirks are. You do know, however, that judging from her, she appeared to be someone who worked in the scriptorium. You think you could put together a personal antithesis to try to get something more telling on her.
Yeah, we're gonna be okay. Mocker's gonna put squish through to the desks.
You're gonna have to push past her, which is going to. Although, if you're actually moving to the desk,
I'm moving to the desks.
Okay, so you'll move past and move over past her, and she will let you by.
Are there like right?
Yeah, but you still can't walk through them.
Are there actual writing implements here and
There
paper?
are. Mm-hmm.
I'll dip a quill. Is their ink dry?
The ink is very dry. It's been untouched for
It's
centuries.
okay. I'll go into my bag and grab some out. I'll take some actions to do it.
Okay, that'll be the rest of your turn.
That's fine.
Corwin. So Mocker moves past, looks at the ghost, kind of nods, moves past, and goes over to the writing desk and starts stocking the desk with supplies.
Sheeple.
Corwin.
I knew it. Really?
Shh. This is a scriptorium. You gotta
No,
be
this ain't
quiet.
being quiet. And just shift through his bag a minute, pulls out this weird looking. It almost looks like one of the jars that he just flat out stole out of Mocker's bag, but it's filled with a weird, like semi-translucent, almost glowing paste.
And it's warm to the touch, too.
It is, and just shakes it a moment.
Gets very hot as you do that.
It does, and well, this is a new thing. This is an alchemist fire.
This is an alchemist fire.
It is not. It is not an alchemist fire.
Oh, okay. Well, then
But
what is it then?
This is a new alchemical thing that I have for my alchemist dedication. This is called a ghost charge.
Ghost charge.
Yes. But first, we're going to devise a stratagem to see how well I think I can hit her with it from 10 feet away.
So this is an alchemy thing, right? So you would have used this for your reagents?
Yep.
You don't get those until you daily prep.
Oh, right. We haven't daily prepped yet because we have a new level mid-session. Yeah. Oh, well. Not going to do that then. I keep forgetting that we
Pull it out.
that.
It's not there.
Yeah.
It truly is a ghost charge.
You
Ghost
pull
to
it out
think
and it's
about
the
it.
recipe and you're like, haha! Wait a minute.
They call me
Well-
stupid.
I mean, you're actively listening to a ghost. I guess we'll start off with a recall knowledge here then.
Sure. Go ahead and this is definitely going to be, actually, do you have, no, you have zombie lore.
Yeah, zombie, not ghost.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do a religion for you.
That's going to be a +9.
So you look at this ghost, and one thing that you do know about ghosts is that, aside from the fact that they are very difficult to harm with physical attacks, ghosts unfortunately vary widely in how strong they are based on who they were in life and how long they've stuck around for. So just kind of looking at a ghost, there's very little one-size-fits-all ghosts. And you're aside from just the fact that it's a spirit and physical attacks aren't the best, you are going to be hard pressed to figure something out about it that's more specific, just from having seen it for the first time.
Well, gonna reach into his bag for a different thing this time.
Sure.
Not gonna throw anything this turn, and instead just going to get ready to help Drebin with whatever he's gonna try. Ready an aid action.
So would you like to draw something from your bag, or would you like to, if you're going to ready an aid action, you're going to have to aid with something that can, if you're trying to aid an attack, you have to aid with something that can reach the enemy. You can't just aid from back away out of the reach of it.
Yeah, fair.
Pulls out a gun.
I have a
That
bow.
would work.
Yeah.
Or you can hold.
No, I've already taken the recall.
He's already
knowledge.
recalled
Oh,
knowledge.
right,
Yeah.
right.
You could ready something, but it has to ready
Be a thing, yeah.
something.
I'm gonna try and get into the room, just to the other side of her, to make space for the others, and also.
Yeah, she'll totally let you by, and so you'll go over here and you'll move over to the other hutch on the other side, where you can see it's a stocked area.
And last one would be pulling out something.
Sure. You want to tell me what it is?
It's a bottle of lightning.
A bottled lightning. All right, sounds good. Calbum. Everyone seems to have moved it. Everyone's looks at this ghost for a minute, and then are like, Okay, I'm just gonna go over to a writing area.
Yo, sheeple. Just listen. And I'm gonna recall knowledge on this one. I do have lore spirits plus 12.
I will let that work.
Way better.
That's a
I thought he
spooky-
was about to pull out another token and be like, "There's 4 of them." That's what your recall knowledge
That's a
does.
spooky goss.
So you look at this thing,
She's
and
4 ghosts in a
one
track
thing you realize about this. So first off, it's a ghost. Physical attacks do not work right unless you have some type of enchantment to make them work better. You do know that non-magical physical attacks are going to be incredibly, almost useless. However, something you do notice something. This ghost is in something called a behavior loop. This is where the spirit isn't really actively aware of what's going on. The spirit is living through its old memories. And judging from what's going on here, this spirit was apparently in charge of this scriptorium. And judging from the way she behaves, apparently enjoyed lording her authority over her subordinates. And this is currently where she is right now. Despite the fact that everyone is very clearly on edge and looks like they're looking for an opening, she doesn't see any of it. As far as she's concerned, you were some mouthy scribes. She apparently doesn't even realize she missed Drevin. Like, she walked up, tried to literally slap some sense into a disobedient scribe, which is apparently something that she would have done in real life, and then ordered him to work. That's where she is right now. She does not realize you all are not scribes, and she doesn't realize she's in a fight right now.
Great. I have a new wand. I point that wand at her. I go, "I ain't your sheeple. We don't work here." And I cast that wand.
Sounds good to me. So she's going to have to make a will save.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I need you to roll me a d20 and tell me what it is.
An 8.
An 8. You cast this wand forward, and a crack runs down the orb, and it kind of cracks into pieces, falls off the end of the stick. And you feel the magic, like, burst out of the wand.
You broke it?
She broke it.
She kind of blinks and, like, kind of shifts and blinks for a bit and looks at you with a completely new expression on her face. She looks overawed. Master Volok, you came to visit.
That's right.
Please. Terribly sorry. She's like starts like self-consciously smoothing her dress a bit. We only just received the books you sent down to be copied, but I assure you, we've kept them safe in the secret scriptorium. And she gestures over to what appears to be a wall, and we're working on it as hard as we can. But it's always great to see you. Please, come stay. These are some new scribes. Please forgive their impertinence. Get to work, all of you.
I believe I'm in charge here.
Well, if you'd like.
These scribes are of no concern of yours. They're escorting me down here
There.
to do an inspection.
Oh, well, I guess that's fine. Please inspect around, and she'll kind of like just float over, like just kind of beckon you into the room and back up to let you guys to gesture you in.
Great. I think that's my whole action.
That's probably your whole action. Yeah. All right, Neil, you're up.
I'll stride forward. Yes. Woman, how dare you? I'll be sauntering.
You saunter into the room, and it seems that your insubordination, like her eye, like twitches a little bit, but she just seems really nice. She sees Volok here, and she's overawed.
I run my hand along the desk. Dust. My goodness. Volok,
I shall
you would not
beat the
believe-
scribes an extra hour to make sure that it's cleaned to your
A
specifications.
poor manager blames their work people.
Oh. Altamok looked excited for a second.
Go that way first. Can I do like an inspection of the wall that she was pointing at?
You totally
Be like-
can. Give me a perception check. Given that, like, she literally pointed out where it was, it'll be a little bit easier for you.
Okay, so that is 5 on the die, but I do have a +2 for alertness, I think is what it applies to. I don't know. If that's actually-
Alertness?
I don't know. This was actually, we're doing my, it's +2 to perception. I was redoing my character sheet, and I was like, I picked that for...
There's a thing that's +2 per... I don't think that's right.
Improved initiative.
Oh, it says plus, I don't know.
That's +2 to perception for initiative.
Alertness is, like, not a Pathfinder
That's a D&D
thing.
feat.
Yeah.
That's a first edition thing.
There is a first edition
Yeah.
Pathfinder thing that's called alertness.
It's okay. She rolled a 5 on the die. We add some stuff to it.
I think alertness upgrades your perception to expert.
Yeah, that's what
Oh.
Maybe it's canny acumen? That you can pick perception for that.
No, alertness is just
Alertness-
like
No,
upgrade
alertness is
perception.
just upgrade perception
Yeah.
to expert.
It's the class feature increase your perception to the next level.
It's not a thing you take, it's a thing you get.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a thing you
a
get.
default, like, just a
That-
class.
Okay,
I know
okay,
that
okay,
one
okay.
by heart.
So that's
okay,
just
so it
why
does- yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
perception is
Went
expert.
up. Yeah, that's
Okay,
just
yeah.
why it went up
All
by
right.
2.
You're freaking me out.
Yeah, I was also confused. I was like, I don't know. I don't
what
remember.
is
that.
Yeah,
We haven't
that's why it
leveled
went
up
up by
in
2.
a little while, so...
Okay, so I get a 16 on the die. Or 16 total.
16 total on the
Yes.
die. You look it over. You can clearly see the outline of a secret door, but you haven't figured out how to open it yet. You can spend a bit more time trying to look, though.
Well, I don't need to figure it out. I'd open the thing, woman.
Oh. Of course. And she'll nod, and she'll probably do that on her turn.
Excellent. And I'll just I'll probably move closer to wherever she is, so I'm not blocking the entryway.
Yeah, sure. Like, so she gestured over to, like, the middle right wall, so you could kind of, like, just move over here and just kind of stand off to the
Gonna,
side
like,
and
cross
kind of
my
gesture at it.
arms and seem very important over here.
All right, Drevin. Drevin, what
How's
like
it
a poorly
going
pronounced
over there?
what you gonna do with the charade that everyone is doing? Oh, Serenite Paladin.
Stick with what I originally said.
Okay.
Wait, I don't remember what you were
Yeah, I don't
I originally said, sorry, we're not the scribes you're looking for, Spirit.
That's correct. We're the
Yeah.
inspectors.
So I'm just going to ignore. She's not fighting from what I can tell anymore. I'm just going to go over and try and find the opening to the door and just pretend she doesn't exist.
Okay. So you'll walk over there. Give me a perception check as you try to go figure out where this thing is.
23.
23. Yeah, you can actually see that there is it seems to be a common phrase that a switch built into a sconce on the wall. It's not, you don't pull the whole sconce down, but you kind of flip a switch, and
flip
you
the
hear it
switch.
click, it opens, and it swings inward. And inside is, she called it a secret scriptorium. It looks like one of the workstations that's out here is just in this little alcove. And there are a number of books around, and it seems that if a particularly sensitive volume needs to be copied, it happens in here. And you will find it and open it, and you're able to move your way in.
I'll walk in and just back towards everyone. Come along, children. Don't play with the spirit, please.
Okay. And as it's her turn, just kind of again waving. Calvin, did you actually enter the room at all?
I didn't have an opportunity. I rolled the.
Fair enough. Well,
raw
she'll come up
knowledge
to
and
you
then-
and just kind of float there, looking. Even though she's looking down at you, she's calling you Volok. And
correct.
And she's and she's just looking down at you with just this awe kind of over there. And we're gonna give her a die roll. Okay. She'll move over next to you and says, "Well, it seems that your inspection team is well at work. Did the mistress ask you to inspect all the premises?"
Yes, I heard. She heard that you were doing stuff that was not great.
Oh. She spoke of me.
She said this department.
Oh, okay, that would make sense. That would. She has always.
None of
been-
us have deigned to know your name. What is it anyway?
My love. You
Woo! Situational awareness 0 across the board.
but and she kind of like starts
Emotional damage.
Yeah, she like clutches. You're
Oh, Calvin's gonna get
you're
kidnapped by a
cruel
ghost.
and harsh, but
But fair when I need to be.
but no, wait, mistress, wasn't there a disturbance on the upper levels? Didn't she? And you can kind of see like her brow kind of furrow and her eyes kind of be a little unfocused. It looks like consternation is kind of coming across her face. Mocker, you're up.
She's beginning to believe.
Or disbelief, I'm not sure.
Mocker looks
believe you're full
heartbroken
of crap.
for her, and he'll go over to her.
Well, in the room, actually, now that you're in the room
Okay.
right here, a couple things kind of poke out at you.
Okay.
First thing is that your thaumaturgic resonance here, you will sense there is an active aura in this room, and it's faint because it happened a long time ago, but literally nothing else has really happened since then. So you can still pick it up, and what you're able to sense is from this chair that you're sitting in, you feel this aura of resentment. And this is a bitter resentment. This is someone who has been mistreated for a very, very, very long time. And a resentment that kind of, you feel it kind of build and then spike into a murderous rage.
Oh, she got killed by her scribes.
And then you feel it fade out.
It's called unionizing.
Yeah, I mean,
It's what happened before we had unions.
there's no governing bodies out here in the swamp.
That's
Gauntlet
right.
has no OSHA, so
No
he'll nod to
handrails.
himself.
These chairs are so unergonomic.
And he'll walk out and he'll walk over to where you are, and he'll kind of step back for a minute. And
so
I'll
you'll
get
come out
between.
to Calvin?
Yeah, and I'll get between him and her.
Okay, you can kind of gesture Calvin out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're kind of not exactly swinging just yet, but we'll say that Calvin will shift Calvin back, and you can kind of move up.
Lady, I'm afraid you're under quite a heavy misconception. I'm afraid your scribes have already done away with you, and you are living through this loop of a nightmare. You're dead, good lady, and nothing is as you believe it is. Even your lover is not truly here.
I mean, speak for yourself.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Speaking through a big fake mustache.
Yes, hello, I am
hello, yes, I am Master Warlock.
Now see here.
It's gonna be a 6, a 9, 6? 6 on the die, but I have a plus 11 diplomacy now because I'm an expert, so it's a 17.
Pretty good. She kind of furrows her brows. You're talking nonsense. Please, get back to your investigation. I have things to speak with about Master Volek.
Not nonsense. And he'll reach out and he'll run his hand through her and he'll kind of try to impart his impression of what that murderous rage felt like, to try to recall her to the events that happened, to make her live out her death. In trying to banish the haunt.
Okay, well,
I'm
she's not a haunt.
Yeah, but I'm trying to turn my psychic resonance back on her to see if I can get her to feel it.
Roll me an occultism check. That's clever. We'll see what you can do with it.
It's only an 8 on the die, so for a total of a 16.
You basically, she seems entirely unwilling to listen, and it seems the fact that you have Volek's personal guarantee is the only reason she hasn't started thrashing you for your impudence. Corwin. Corwin, you will notice, now that you're in the room and you don't have the distraction of the ghost, you actually can catch a glimpse in the far corner of the room, and you can tell it appears to be a corpse that is hunched over. You can't quite make out any details from this distance, but you definitely notice it.
Drevin, if there's any books in there, grab them. Anything, don't have no time to read them. Just
There's
get
a
them.
lot of books in that room.
Get everything you can.
Read them.
I don't care if you can read them. Just get them.
Boom!
Doesn't matter if you
That's
can read
great.
them. Just grab everything and shove it in your bag.
Approximately how many bulks of books am I looking at?
You're very strong,
Because I
right?
can take about 10 before I'm like heavily encumbered.
If you want to, so stowing a bulk of books will be an action. You have enough bulk capacity to carry everything, but every action you spend is going to be to stow a bulk of books. We can do it that way, but that's going to be on your turn.
How many? I think he's asking like how many is there?
We'll
in the
talk
room?
about that on his turn.
Okay.
It's your turn.
I'm going to get over to that corpse in the corner.
Okay, you push to the bottom. Looking at it,
bottom
there,
is the
you
bottom.
can see with your forensics,
things.
you can tell that it is clearly a fairly tall, probably matching the stature of the spirit. Clearly elven. You can tell that from the fine features. And there is a dagger right here in the back of the skull.
I don't even need a forensic acumen
You
medicine
really
check to tell
don't.
that.
No. However, a couple things are interesting about the corpse. First off, the clothing has long since rotted away. However, there is apparently a magically imperishable chain shirt that is still clothing the skeleton's torso. Apparently looks like it was worn underneath clothing for protection against possibly just this sort of thing. It clutched in the hands of the skeleton is a portrait, which is also very finely made, and it's a portrait of a drow man. Fine featured, actually.
Looks just like me.
Apparently.
Hot.
So hot.
Oh, hopefully this works. Otherwise, it's going to get real bad real fast and just pick up the entire body.
Okay, it's not super heavy, given that it's just the
It's
bones.
just skeletons.
And the bones kind of fall apart. Like, you can pick up some of them.
He's just
but-
like, he's picking up like as much of the body as he can to just like keep it together enough to like shift to the other side of the room, keep it still clutching that portrait. But main goal is point that shows the knife in the back of the head and the portrait and just start carrying it out towards the spirit.
Yeah, so you can make it kind of like up to here with it.
And just kind of stands there and, oh, my cousin's kind of speaking the truth there, ma'am. Hate to say it, but I think your scribes got to you.
So you're
just
out of
like-
actions technically, but
just speaking.
it's right there. I'll let you roll me a diplomacy check.
You mean roll a flat d20? I'm not trying to convince her. I'm just like,
You are
I'm
exactly
just telling
trying to
That's
make
exactly
her-
what you're trying to do.
I'm
Give me
just
a 20.
telling her like you are dead. That's a 19 on the die though.
that's
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Plus 0.
She will she will kind of scoff at this and turn to you and be like, what?
Pay no
Are
attention to
they
those people.
protecting, or are they actually here to? You're
Well, look at the state of this room. And I look at the room that we're standing in now, which is not the scribe room.
That's true.
Aren't you in charge of this room, too? I thought we put you in charge of this room. Look at it. It's a disaster.
You'll have to speak to Nazcarin about that one.
Poor managers
That
blaming
twisted-
other managers.
the twisted lackey likely is focusing on her undead research and is far too distracted to properly take care of her duties. I run a tight ship,
Oh, look.
and you can tell Belcora that.
She'll be hearing that right away.
Maybe we could go together to go tell Belcora.
That seems like a great idea. Through these stair doors, right?
Of course.
Why don't you
is-
go
is
open it?
that's where she is, right? Or
Yeah, oh,
unless
yeah.
she's in her office and she'll point across the.
No. She's doing an inspection on the lower level.
Well, fair enough then, I suppose. And she'll just move over, and she'll face that way, I suppose.
Great. We're going to walk over there.
Okay, so you'll walk over to the doors.
I guess I'm
and
holding my action. I don't really know.
We're
guess
kind of
I
not
don't really know what
in
we're
not in
doing.
combat,
right now.
we're
We're not
learning
really
to
in
learn.
combat right now. So like,
We can keep in turns if you want, if it makes it easier
yeah,
to
let's
keep
keep
track
in turns,
of.
keep
Yeah,
track of
that's
what's
fine.
going on.
Okay.
She'll come over with you and walk through the door like it's not there. She will mime opening the door, but she'll walk.
That's
through
what
it
I'm paying attention to. How did she open the door?
with the doorknob,
Aha.
which is currently blocked by a bunch of zombie arm looking
So
things.
I saw her put her hand through
Through
the
it.
zombie thing.
Open the door, which
Okay.
didn't actually open the physical door, and then walk through it.
What do I feel? So, can we still? Is it still my turn? Ish?
Sure.
What do I feel on this? Can I recall knowledge on this hands
But
door?
Given that she is incorporeal, she is probably miming opening the door, which in her mind she has opened the door.
Right. I'm looking at the door now because she has moved through it.
Yes.
I am trying to figure out how to get these arms out of the way. So I need to like recall some knowledge or like look at it, do some kind of detecting magic, blah blah blah, something.
Well, in her time, the hands might not have been there.
That's
Almost assuredly
quite
the hands
clear.
were
Yeah,
not
that's
there.
quite clear. But now
Um,
I need to get through the door.
And you go spend your last action trying to figure out, okay, all right, how do I get these arms out of the way? And you're looking at it, and you just kind of come up blank. Like, you're just kind of, at the moment, you're just kind of
Okay.
coming up blank. Nil.
Sir, there's something you may want to see in here before going to Belcora. I'll just call out into the hallway, and go into the secret room, and see if there's anything cool in there.
Oh, give me a perception check.
Oof. Ouch. Owie.
books.
That's a 2 on the die.
Do you even see the books?
Well, you know, I'm trying
Do you even read,
to
bro?
play it cool, guys. I'm trying to play along, so that's a total of 13.
So you kind of like pick up a book and imperiously wave it around, acting for the benefit of nobody in line of sight of you.
That's myself. It helps me stay in character.
It does help you stay in character, but it does not help you find books. Although the book that you're holding in your hand, you just kind of imperiously look at it, and it says "The Worm That Walks" on it. You recall seeing that on a list somewhere.
I would like to find the centipede that walks. It would be more interesting to me. I wave this about. This is useless. I'll just throw it at Derp.
Funk.
You got
Throw it
like,
at not Derp, at Drevin. Sorry.
probably another action left. This is a great boss fight, by the way. I love this.
Yeah.
This is not a boss.
I wasn't expecting you to roll a natural 1 on the wand, by the way.
That's awesome.
This is fun. The dice tell the story,
Yeah,
man.
it's great.
And then I'll just like, I guess bulk. And I will also just try and like hug a bag of bulk here and.
Sure, you just start piling books into your
Yep.
bag. Drevin!
How many bulk of books are in the room?
There's probably 10 is a decent amount of just like, if you just want to find bound paper, you could just like 10 bulk worth of this is in this room.
I'm gonna pick up. I guess you already took a bulk, so I'll take
Well,
the
she
remaining.
didn't take a bulk, she threw it at you.
Well, then I'll take 9 bulk.
You'll take 3 bulk because it's
Yeah.
3 actions. Give me a perception check actually while you're cramming stuff in.
Does this involve reading?
No.
Okay.
He's bulking up.
That's gonna be a 26.
26.
I
All right.
rolled
So
a 19.
you're shoveling books into your bag and tying them down and shoveling more books in, and you notice there is a drawer with a lock plate on the front of it. That's
Can I put that in my
built
bag?
into the desk.
He just gets the whole.
Well, the
desk.
drawer is part of the desk, and you have to pick the whole desk up and put it in your bag, which is too big, so no.
Unfortunate. Is-
But you do see that there's a locked drawer in this desk.
Corwin, come here.
Got my hands full. Be in there in a second.
You could just try to force it if you wanted to.
Oh, well, then I'll grab 2 bulk and then try and force it.
Sure. Give me an athletics check.
I do have a crowbar as well, if that helps.
It does tremendously.
Yeah.
It's almost like this is exactly what crowbars were there for.
Uh-huh.
I like birds.
It helps by not having a penalty when you try to do it.
So that is a 20 total.
20 total. The drawer.
21 if a crowbar gives me a bonus.
It totally does.
Yeah.
You crack this drawer open, and the lock shatters. The front panel of the drawer is broken, and it's
doesn't
not
matter to me.
Effortless. It's just, but you manage to pop this drawer and pull it open, and there are some rolled up scrolls of what appears to be black paper.
Well, hell. That's my third action.
Yep. Calvin's like
standing there very angry.
kind of staring staring for a bit, and then a kind of a beat passes, and then you hear a scream of rage echo throughout the area, and probably through the door.
Guys, we're gonna have some problems in like a couple minutes here.
And she will rush out of the door right in front of Cobblem with a rageful expression on her face. And she looks down right at you, and you are pretty sure that the guise is broken.
Ma'am, you're gonna need to calm yourself down. It's unacceptable from the
You
subordinate.
dare! And she will reach her hand up in a claw this time and shred it down at you. For a 27.
The AC?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a crit.
A 27 is a
Yeah,
crit.
baby. I
crit?
got AC
At
17. I'm
level
a
4?
wizard, dude.
Oh my
What do you
God.
want? I'm a wizard.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's not the worst I've ever rolled. Is that a 1 or a 7? That's a 1. Okay.
Definitely a 1. Oh, absolutely a 1.
Totally
100% a 1.
Yeah. There's no twangy bit on the end.
You're going to take 24 negative damage.
Yeah, that didn't even hurt. It was fine. I'm feeling great. Feel super good. Feel great. I'm so happy with you. He cries.
And and you feel like a chill that like it cuts you to the bone. And you've heard about maybe damaged souls or something like that. Maybe that's what happened to you just now. That really hurts.
Didn't even hurt. I thought you were lovers.
Mocker, you see this happen in front of you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to shove our friend out of the way since I don't know if he can take another hit like that.
He definitely cannot.
I'm gonna run into him.
Sure.
And
Give me an athletics check. I don't imagine you'll have a difficulty.
I weigh like 20 pounds. It's fine. Just pick me up. Move me.
Throw you. Watch out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
That's not great.
Uh-oh.
That is a 2 on the die for a total of a 13.
I don't think his fort's that bad.
17 is the DC.
Yeah.
So you're able to kind of come up alongside him, but your reposition attempt
That's
is not quite great.
Such is life. And then I'll pick up. I'll grip Najee and I'll just say, "My lady, I told you this was not to be," and I will cut down through her. Throwing again that impression of her clerks betraying her and stabbing her as I do it.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Roll to hit.
And Najee does have ghost touch on him.
He does. That's real important.
That's going to be 19.
19 to hit. She will twist out of the way. Possibly it's her spiritual, the fact that she has no inertia to worry about being a spirit, or it could simply be her natural elven reflexes.
Okay.
But either way, to miss.
Move hit.
Corwin, you kind of hear that happen, and you see Mocker kind of go, "Oh boy," and then charge forward.
Draven, the ghost is mad. Maybe we take care of this first.
Told you not to play with it.
I wasn't. It was Cobblem.
I can't help myself.
Man!
Dad, Calvum did it. It wasn't me.
Dump the body on the ground. Like I was just trying to
so
go
funny.
along with my cousin.
Clatter,
I don't know-
clatter, clatter.
I don't know how ghosts work. I was just be like, look, you're dead.
Neither do I, man.
I guess like this is what my cousin's trying to convince you you're dead. So here, you're dead. I think
You don't
you're
have to.
corpse.
You don't have to convince me of why you're doing stuff.
But just kind of let it fall down and just. Oh boy, this ain't gonna be good. And get outside to the door so I can see what's going on. Whoop. Toss this little jar that I got in my hand up and give it a throw.
Yeet. All right, roll me an attack roll.
Hope that doesn't have
dropping
splash
her would be
damage.
dropping her would be a free action, right?
Totally, yeah.
It absolutely has splash damage. It's 2.
Okay.
Y'all.
2 splash damage.
Yeah, these are
This is a fancy.
these
one.
are some stronger ones that I bought back
You
in town.
spent some money on these.
Yes, I did. Gonna be one action to move out, devise a stratagem. See if I'm
Oh, you're
gonna-
devising a stratagem. Okay.
Yes, I don't think a 3 is gonna hit.
Oh,
her,
probably
though.
good not to waste that grenade.
Yeah.
You look at it, and you're just trying to look and see between Mocker and Calvum in the way, and the fact that she's just half visible. It probably you don't think you have a clear shot.
Yeah, just. This ain't gonna work too well. Get the bow out
Okay.
in the other hand. So I got bow and grenade.
Awesome,
bow
Calvum.
and ball.
You got a really angry lady in front of you.
Get out of here.
Is like, yeah, she isn't just mad, she is humiliated. She has like almost like tears down her face. She's so mad at you.
Oh, are you sad? Are you sad that your boyfriend broke up with you? Are you sad that your people unionized? And I touch her real quick.
You about
with
to die.
I'm getting slapped. Calm down, y'all. Chill. Fine. My hand's light on fire. I'm allowed to do this. It's
Just
cool.
a little bit of
You're allowed to do it. It's just funny because you got
AC 25.
AC 25 is a hit.
Great.
Yeah, nice.
She burns. Let's say ignition for 11 points of fire damage, and then I run
Yeah.
with expeditious retreat as far as I can, probably moving past Corwin into that room.
All right, 11 points of fire damage. And the fire gouts through her form, and she cries out and recoils. But you notice that there really isn't much to burn. It's the magical nature of the fire that made that do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then where are you running?
I run as 30 feet in the opposite direction. So
You'd
if
get
I
like-
can
Through
get
Corwin.
behind
Trying to get
Corwin,
behind Corwin?
yeah, perfect.
Okay. You can make it to 30 feet. Your speed's 30?
Oh, 25 actually.
25.
Sorry.
Okay, so you may just make it right behind
Yeah.
Corwin.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The thing that and interestingly enough, your taunting that you gave her, you actually saw her shrink up a bit. Like that hit her like a blow.
Yeah.
Nil.
She's sad.
I'm going to the desk. There's some like black papers, and I'm like immediately distracted. I'm like, and I'm going to hold my turn until after Driven goes.
Sure. What's Draven gonna do?
It's smart. I counted it, and it takes me all 3 of my actions to get in front of her. Now that you have moved out of the way.
Let's see here. So 5, 10, 15, 20. You got 20 foot. 20 foot.
20
speed,
foot.
Right?
60 gets me all the way to
4.
that closest.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, look at that. It worked out perfectly.
I had
You're
plenty
asking
of.
Derp if he counted his squares.
Like a train, you charge out. Of
As
the
I'm
room,
going, we don't play with ghosts.
I wasn't playing with her.
leaving Nil blissfully unattended in the room full of knowledge.
It worked out perfectly. I open up the drawer of things we shouldn't see, and then leave the room.
I'll just sweep those. Back. Nobody will notice anything.
It's less than a bulk, right? That's not even an action.
You sweep them, you quickly loot it, stuff into your bag.
Black paper. Somebody's dying. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. So I'll move over to the desk, take the paper out, and then I guess I'll move kind of into just outside the doorway of the secret room.
Okay, so you are moving outside the doorway. You can see Calbum retreating is a far too clean a word. Running like heck, staggering a little bit, clutching his chest, trying to run into the room.
He looks,
That was a
That's my
sound.
Yeah.
That's what he
so,
says.
He looks so sore.
You got one action left.
What was I doing? Well, I can say, sweet, excellent.
Take stuff, move.
Oh yeah, I thought I was just having move up to desk, but this is excellent news for me. And then I guess I will. Wow, I didn't actually think I was gonna have another action. This is exciting.
I think
I mean, you can just not take it if
Imagine
you
all
want.
the things you could do with this action.
I have no imagination.
So much room for activity.
So I'll just stay here and be excited about the scrolls I got.
Gleefully chuckle. All right. And this thing, this woman is pissed off, but not the sort of general pissed off. Specifically
Advanced
at
pissed
you.
off.
Yeah. Good. That's the way I like it.
And she is going to look at you, and her eyes will narrow suspiciously, and then she's going to look at Dreven and look at the markings on your armor, and she notices them. She's not in her dream world anymore. She's out of her routine. Like, she is like here, clear, and present. And she is going to step back 5 feet out of reach of the both of you. And then she's going to sink into the floor and come off the map. And
Chuckles. I'm in danger.
I know what'll work. Taunting the boss.
And
Worked for me last time. Surely this will help.
Yeah,
you.
that's
y'all aren't sure where she got to.
I'm going to move up right beside Corwin, and I'm going to ready a strike for when she inevitably comes after my friend.
That's a wise idea. You have a strike readied. Corwin, what you want to do?
Well, stow the bomb. Get the healer's tools out.
I'll just be
The
ready.
knife, you mean?
All right, roll me that medicine check. Oh, you're going to stab him first?
I need to stab him first.
Oh.
You lost a lot of health.
I can take it. It's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's only 4 damage more. You'll get more health than that.
It's only a
back,
third
trust
of my
me.
life right now.
Don't
Fine.
worry about it. You're
Fine.
fine.
What's
Stop.
It's not like he's going to roll 1 or anything.
Stop complaining. That's a 10. That's a success on an expert check. I have plus 13.
That's a success on an expert check.
So that's going to be 4d8. Let's see here. Not the stab you dies.
Well, you riskied, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so big boys.
Yeah. He gets 48.
Yeah.
It becomes a crit. So 10. 6 is going to be 16 plus 19. You're at full health, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know. Level 4 maybe?
Yeah, that does
He's
it. Yeah,
36 max
I only have
health. I healed
36
him for
max,
35.
so, yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Successfully battle medicined. Your tools are on a bandolier, so you don't. Or they're not on a
That's not an
bandolier.
action.
I had to
worn.
get a hand free, so I still had to swap.
So you had to stow. I see. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
I still had to take an action to do it.
All right, you got 1 action left.
Well, have a treat, my friend. You get some battle medicine candy.
Oh, a villain point. I come in and I see the GM is out of points, and there isn't enough danger here, clearly. Oroka-san. Oroka-san!
Incorrect. I just lost a third of my life in a single.
Don't worry
hit.
about
Oh,
that.
two-thirds. That was
Thank
bad.
you,
Oh, yeah,
Oroka-san.
two-thirds, yeah.
You got it back.
I got better.
You got
You
back.
got it back. Technically, you got 5 more than that. You got more health than you have.
And let's see. Did you take a third action, by the way?
No, because I don't really have an option here. I'm going to move to the other side of Calbum, like
Good idea.
further into the room. That way, Drevin has an easier time to... It's like seems incensed with Calbum. I don't want to be in the giant full plate Noel's way of getting back over here when she inevitably comes for him.
That makes sense to me. All right, so what you doing, Calbum?
I hope you have some way of protecting
Crying
yourself.
is an action.
Only when the spell says it is, otherwise it's free.
All right. So I do cast shield on myself. I'm gonna just stay right here and cower.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh, this is bad news. So I'm gonna cast shield on myself. I'm also gonna cast. Oh boy, where is it? I take out a bucket of water.
A bucket of water?
Yep. It's a magical bucket of water, and I do the ALS challenge. And I pour it over my head. It's called Rousing Splash, and I get some temporary hit points.
You're probably gonna need those.
Psych yourself up. Okay.
Okay.
That's a nice little bucket of 5.
Get another 5 temporary hit points and shield. And
All
that
right.
is my turn.
All right, that's pretty good. You're ready for it. You know what's coming.
It is coming for me.
All right, Trevin, what
So-
you want to do?
Hammer at the ready. I'm just going to slowly walk my way over to the open doorway and just kind of looking around waiting for her to show up as
All
I
right.
ready a strike.
Yep.
On 3.
Okay.
All right. And Nil.
Still pretty proud of my scrolls over here. You know,
You feel a little chuffed about that.
feeling kind of chuffed about this. You know.
You like how I
mean,
just kind of handed that to you?
Yeah, I'm like, I'll just wait my turn.
I'm going to claim credit
He
for
did
it. I
see
handed
them.
it to
I saw them. I know they exist.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well, you know, something.
Neil
I don't know what
Neil
to say.
destroyed them.
Yeah, they're gone. You just got rid of them. They look bad. So
They were just sticks. They were just.
Okay, well, I am going to. I see everybody's kind of waiting and looking around. Can I get a guidance off on Mocker? Can I see Mocker as well enough or no?
Yeah, you got enough of an LOS there.
Okay,
You can
well
kind of
then-
see him enough to target him.
Well, then I will do a. I will just send out a little good luck, thumbs up, good work, guys, at Corwin and Mocker, and since I cannot see, I don't think I can see Driven, so I'll just also do it at Calvin.
Yeah.
Good
What
luck,
am I
guys.
doing? We're just
Guidance.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
good.
stand over here.
So
Bonus
3
to a save
guidances.
if you need to make one.
Oh, did you cast guidance on me too?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, nice.
All right. So it's fairly clear that this woman is pretty clever, right? She saw through the bad position she was in, but she's also very angry.
Bring it on, lady.
And unsurprisingly, she is going to come out of the wall, actually.
What a surprise.
She's going to
Ghost.
lure out of the wall, kind of be floating above Callum's head.
Right where I want you.
And she comes out there, and her eyes are wide, and she's got these dead face and has these hands out to come down and claw at you. But we have two friends who have readied strikes that she's in range of.
Makra will go, there! And Naji will go, yes! There's no blood in her. This is so unsatisfying.
Oh, but Naji's ready for it.
She was smart enough to come out of the ceiling. Dang it. No flanking.
I cannot hit
A 1.
anything.
You gotta hear a
Well,
bunch.
here we go.
Yeah, you gotta hear a bunch.
Yes. No, we have.
No, I don't.
No, you have a
That's a
bane.
bane.
I have a bane.
Oh,
That's
no.
true. All
These
right.
are very
Someone
well.
let
About
Link
to get
know quick.
wounded
Man,
again.
Link is getting his money's
really
worth.
is.
I'll tell
Let
you.
Link know quick. Someone message him on the Discord.
Melee. My enemies are concealed from me until the end of my next turn.
I don't think that matters much. You missed.
Well,
No, because I can.
she acts
of my
next, so
next
that's
turn.
actually a big
If
deal.
she stays there.
Yeah, so you reach out and try to launch up there, and Naji cries out a battle cry, but she will actually knock the sword down and
Karate chop.
grabbing the sword,
It hits Callum.
realizing that it occurs to you like, oh right, Naji's ghost touches ghosts can touch him too, and she will push the sword down, and the hilt will unexpectedly, you weren't braced for this, you didn't think it was a possibility, will hit you right in the face.
What else is new?
And you'll stagger back, kind of blinking, kind of sweat and blood out of your eyes.
You see Tweety birds kind of go above his head.
Eye swells. Cut me, Mickey.
Drebin had readied an action.
Which is
I
exactly
will
what
not
you
be
do.
taking it.
You will not be taking it.
I'm sorry, what?
Then
It would
Saving
take my
his
reaction
reaction,
to
yeah.
attack her.
And he
That's
would
good.
very
That's
much like to
less
spend that
damage
reaction to
that he
not-
can reduce.
I can
on
also
you.
reduce
attack
your
her and
damage.
protect you.
Yeah, okay.
If you-
I readied in case she didn't go after you.
oh, she's coming after
I don't
you.
think that was in question,
Yeah.
but
It's just in case. It covers all options.
Yeah.
Categorically, it is better for him to not spend it.
Uh-huh.
Because he gets to hit her anyway.
The first swipe comes down, but it goes wide. Apparently.
I got smart this time.
I got smart this time. I ducked down. Oh god, a
I have
natural 1 and
water.
then a natural 2.
Yeah, what's up? Come to the Gnome Dome, baby. What's
Hey-
up?
Hey, Aroka-san.
Yep.
the next special, is it going to go from a 2 to a 1?
It went to a 3.
Yeah, come to the
up,
Gnome
baby.
Dome, baby.
Hey, you're just
What's
counting
up?
upwards.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yeah.
Too bad it was.
Oh.
That would have only been for the first attack. So
No,
unfortunately, so it misses you still because it's 12 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Up, 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 up.
So
Oh, you
I
had to
miss
move.
with both attacks, and she has a third attack left.
Does she not have to move there?
She's it's like
Free
a cat.
action,
She could do
probably.
whatever
She
she wants.
moved on her last turn.
Okay.
She does have something left. All right. So what she'll do then is no, she's just mad. She wants a piece of your
Bring
soul.
it on, baby. What's up?
She wants a piece of your soul. 18.
Yeah, that hits.
Woo!
That's
the
with map.
Hail
That's-
Mary number 3.
That's with map and everything?
That's with
Welcome
map
to
and
boss
everything.
fights.
You're going to take
Yeah.
7 less.
It's not a crit.
11 less
11.
because she's
Shining
an
Oath.
undead.
Shining Oath.
I get 7 plus level damage resist I get to hand out.
Nice. So you take 11 less. That
sweet.
will be
That's a
very
chunk.
helpful.
That's a chunk right there.
So after the reduction, we've
It's 0 because
got,
she came to the Gnome Dome and Gnome Dome don't play.
You're gonna take 11 points of negative damage.
Wow, that's after the reduction?
I rolled really
Yep.
high.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you roll really low on the last one?
I rolled fairly low.
Because it was a crit.
Yeah, I
I
know.
was, yeah. All right.
And then I get to bonker. Because
Villain point. The GM can have another villain point as a treat.
Aw.
Thank you, Roku-san.
So mean.
Woo!
this
I will
is-
put it to good use, man.
This is why I saved the bonk for damage resist because I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So it did something still.
That's true. You shielded your friend. And she's going to be right there floating above Calbum's head.
Was that an 18 or 19?
Sorry?
Was that an 18 or 19?
It was an 18.
You had shield up, didn't you?
Yeah, you have +1 AC.
Oh, it still would have
Yeah,
hit.
yeah,
Yeah, still hit. You could have broken the shield, but then you can't cast it again on
Yeah,
others.
Yeah, I'd keep it.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
This one seems like I kind of need.
All right, Mocker. Blinking out stars out of your eyes. You have a very angry ghost lady with murderous focus looking down on Calvin.
So he's got stars in his eyes, but I mean, he can kind of see where she is. All right, Najee, you just guide me.
All right. So you need to kind of feint this time because apparently she can grab me. But that's fine because I can stab her too. But you just got to kind of do like a little flourishy feint. Like, you know those little twirly things? Do one of those.
Okay, cool. All right, so concealment first.
Not too low, though. You'll kill your friend.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
He's low enough to the ground.
Hee I'm in danger.
So 19 on the concealment.
Pass
of
concealment.
course.
Swing at her.
It's okay, I'm going to get a 2.
Your situation is so... You have the guy who stabs you to fix you, the dog that destroys
okay.
everything he
Another
swings at,
19.
a blind man.
So that is a 29.
Heck yeah.
29. Solid hit. The feint apparently works.
Good
And you
job,
cut it
Naj.
through. And she will cry out, surprised at having been cut by what appeals to her like an actual sword.
Yeah.
She did just grab it. She should know it's real.
Yeah, but she's not used to this sort of thing.
She's focused.
So
She's been dead a
Najee has become much, much more potent. Since last we saw him.
Has he?
Yeah.
At
he
level
has.
4? You get like extra weapon die?
I get 2d8 plus 3 plus 4 because I'm a weapon thaumaturge.
Really? Holy crap, weapon thaumaturges. Scale damage?
Unless you found a
came to the
striking
gnome
room.
dome, and I teamed in, baby.
I was given my sheet.
All
right,
again,
you know what?
Path Builder again.
Let me-
like if that's what it says, Path Builder gave you 2d8. Something happened, clearly.
I don't think that's right. Like, I think something weird happened.
Yeah, I'm playing a thaumaturge, and they
I
don't
don't
get
think
that
that's
for
right.
sure.
I have no idea what
Are you a
Path
weapon
Builder
thaumaturge?
did.
Yes.
Okay.
I know that my damage went up by 1 because I'm 4 now, which means I don't cut it.
So well then that's your what is it? Personal antithesis will
Yeah.
get better.
Damn.
So that's a 1, so that's not great.
Oh, that's
So
probably
4,
Huge boost.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage
there.
still on a
Thaumaturge.
1.
Yeah, still thaumaturge.
Yeah, you get big flat bonus.
And you cut her, and she takes all of that, and she'll reel away from it.
Ha! Your scribes were angry, and for good reason. And I'll knock back and I'll swipe her again.
They were
Concealment.
pathetic. They were worthless. Every one of them.
10 on concealment.
Sounds like
Pass?
somebody's projecting.
Yeah.
And only a 7 to hit. So that won't do anything. And for my third action, I will look at her and I'll just say, if you had been kind to them, this would never have happened to you, and you could have lived out your life with your lover in peace and known the serenity of it. Why would you do this? And I'll attempt to try to make her doubt.
Give me a diplomacy check.
It's going to be a 22.
22. She will, she'll, like, your words strike her strongly. And you kind of, the mask of just murderous intent will crack slightly as your words seem to strike her heart. Corwin.
Well, this is a fun situation to be in, for sure. Just gonna swap bow with the sword.
Yep.
Stop moving! Just, oh, can I hit you from here? You're barely poking out of the wall.
Oh, no, she's like fully above like Calvum's head. She's like, her whole torso is there. Like,
Okay.
you've got an easy hit. There's no like cover
Well,
or anything.
Devise. 13 on the devise.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's a 24.
Think you might be able to hit her with that?
I think I
Mr.
will.
Investigator?
And I think that this is a big enough problem that the little crystal hanging off the back of his blade is going to pop a brief rune will shine through the air as this goes to stab upwards,
Hey.
activating the potency crystal.
Potency crystal. So 25 to hit.
25
will hit.
total. Okay. So this is going to be 2d6 plus
will
another
not
d. I
get
don't
your
get my
precision
precision
damage.
but I do get my int to damage.
You do get your int damage.
So that's going to be a 1 and a 4. Not the best on damage there. So that's 5 plus 4, 9 damage.
9 damage. The fact that this is a magical sword does give you some advantage against her ghostly form, but most of that is lost trying to cut through this ephemeral creature. And normally, your ability to pick out weak points, she has no weak points because she has no physical body.
Yeah. And just already got it stabbed into her. Just going to activate that final rune that is on this thing to shock her.
Reflex save for her.
DC is 17, if memory serves. It might be higher. Let me
Well,
double
if I roll a natural 1, that's not very good.
Wow,
so I'm going
the
to call
dice
that
over there.
Yeah, I know, right? She's pretty quick though. Let me see
Came to
here.
the gnome dog, dude.
That's
Yeah, DC
that's still a critical failure.
Yeah, it's a 1. So this is 2d4 plus 4. That's going to be a 4 and 1 again. So
Hey,
5 plus 4,
averages.
9, 19 electricity damage.
9
18?
doubled is 18.
18, yeah, sorry.
Okay. Again, she will resist a good chunk of that, but you see her get just take this electricity full force. She was not ready for that.
Well, that's devise, swings, and activate.
Calbum, you're up.
I look around. He dropped the body of.
It's
this
just
person,
like on
yeah?
the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's back in the room.
Can I see that that it was holding the photo or the picture or whatever?
I mean,
portrait.
he didn't draw attention to it, but you can take an action to kind of glance. No, sure, you can see it because it had been facing it, and the photo is clearly right there. Yeah, you can see it.
Great. I move to it. I pick it up, and my hand lights on fire, and I deal 3d6 damage to that thing. I just crush it
Whoa.
and burn it.
Whoa.
You're
heartless.
just trying to get killed.
All right, you destroy the portrait.
Great. That's all I wanted to do. That's what he thought of you. Yeah.
Calmed her down. Now she's pissed again.
She wasn't calm, dude. She was attacking me.
Yeah, there's no
She was like straight up hitting me all the time.
All right, Drevin, what you want to do?
Something kind of similar. The crystal on my weapon is also going to pop as you hear the whoosh of this hammer coming around this corner 3 times.
Okay, roll the. You want to make your attacks from there. Okay, she's gonna have cover because you're trying to swing around the corner. But yeah, you can do it.
Originally, I was supposed to be in front of the door.
I don't think you could make it.
I think you guys had left an opening with the hopes that you could flank her. That was how I kind of interpreted
Either
that.
way. I will take it either way. That's a 2.
Okay.
With no 0 following it.
And then that's a 15. So that will be a 21 total.
21 total is not going to do it.
And then another 2.
Oh, man. We keep
It's the
forgetting that
it's
zero.
the anti-potency crystal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you swing at her, but she ducks down and ducks away. She's just not dodging your blow so much as lunging after Calbum, taking her out of your reach. Nil.
Okay, can I see her from where I am, or should I step over into the middle of the room a little bit more?
You can. She's gonna have cover from where she is. She's sticking out of the wall. You really have to stand into the room to actually have a good, clean line.
Okay, I'll move over. I'll just step over 1 step to be in the middle of the room.
Yep.
And then I am just going to zing out. I'll kind of like smash my what's it called? Staff into the floor. That's what it's called. Haha.
That's what some of the things that you carry are
Yes. Smash it into the floor, and it'll just like a zing of energy will go in her direction. And I'm going to. She needs to make a fort save for disrupt undead.
A fortitude save. She is going to get a 19.
Okay. Well, my spell DC is a 19,
So it's a pass.
That's a pass. Okay. Okay. So she.
Wait, is your spell DC 19 or are you even after you've leveled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's 8 plus 3 is 11.
11.
Divided into 2.
Uh-huh.
So
She'll take
5 Damahogway. And it just zings back, and it zings back into the staff.
pulling away some of her ghostly essence, leaving the scroll behind you, moving on to the tried and true methods. You try to go and pull some of her essence off, and indeed you do.
I just realized she actually doom scrolled.
Oh wow, yeah, no, she did doom scroll last time. That's true. That's true.
That's lame.
It's too bad you guys never got her name. But
I tried.
You did try. That was good.
He did try to get the name out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
No one knows your name, and
Yeah, then she was like,
she's
"But
just
lover." I was like, "That's a good counter."
Yeah.
That worked.
But she is going to kind of haul down and scream, and this will, in a physical wave, will wave out from her. Wave out from her, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need all of you to give me a will save. Every single one of you.
Do I get cover?
You do not.
I know.
We're playing will you or won't you?
22.
12.
Guidance is
No,
gone,
that's
right?
just
It's
one.
gone. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So we'll go ahead and roll, and I'll go around to the
Okay.
I'll go around the table when you guys are ready. You're looking at me like you have rolled. Have you rolled already?
Yeah,
Okay. Start with you.
that one.
You're slowed 2.
Yeah.
Calbum.
13.
Oh my god.
Seriously?
I rolled a 3.
Man, okay. Slowed 2.
Yeah.
Drevin.
12.
Oh my gosh.
Slowed 2. Nil.
22.
Slowed 1.
Yay.
Mocker.
22.
Slowed 1. And what happens is you are all buffeted by this sense of regret for missed opportunities that just overwhelm your senses. That, if only things had been different. And sort of unbiddenly, you kind of recall events in your life where you could have chosen them, but you chose a different path, and you just are overwhelmed with visions of what might have been and how much better they were. And even if you're not the type of person to really dwell on those things, those unbidden, those memories force their way into your mind, and you are staggered trying to push those things out of you.
Would a 23 make any difference?
A 23 would not make any difference. Why? Just
Well, I have
Did you
a
count wrong?
call on ancient blood that I forgot about, and I think it's a magical effect.
It is.
it is a magical effect.
So I've never used this before, so I just thought I would clarify for next time.
Dwarf
fair
stuff.
enough. Next time that this happens, yes.
That's a cool little dwarf thing.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Okay. Alrighty. That's the first thing that she does, and then the second thing that she does is she is going to move through the wall and pop out right next to Calvin.
Right where I want you.
Mocker,
Looking at your boyfriend dying.
you have you have 2 actions
Okay.
because you're slowed 1, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Mocker is going to attempt to move through and over to her.
You can move past. You'd have to move past everybody, and you'd end up past Calvin.
Okay. And he's going to hit her, and he's going to take this regret, but he's going to turn it around on her, and he's going to imbue his newfound love for Sarenrae into his blow, and he's going to turn her regret into love, saying that instead of focusing on her regret, she had turned it into something positive and chosen to focus on her love. It would have saved her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a hit.
And I'm not concealed anymore, right?
No.
Okay.
You managed to blink your eyes clear.
It was just slow, no damage, right?
It was slowed, no damage.
It's gonna be a 19, so that's definitely gonna miss her.
That's gonna miss her. Yep.
That's fine. I moved, and I'm slowed 1. So
Corin, you got
good.
1 action.
Just gonna grit his teeth. Just gonna. Just get back to being dead! And just try to just grit through it and stab up at her.
Roll me a hit. No fancy intelligence for this one.
Nope. This is just gonna be a raw d6 if it hits. That's an 11 plus 11 is 22.
Does not hit. Calbum,
Does the slowed go down at all, or is it still?
you all will not be slowed again.
Okay.
Calvin in slow motion goes, "Hey, is this your boyfriend?" And he points at her, and a little bolt goes in real slow motion right until it barely gets close to her, and then goes bah! Right through her head
Jump scares.
for a force bolt.
for a force bolt.
to her head for 3 points of force damage. I thought so.
Okay. The bolt.
Man, I would have loved it. That had taken her down. That would have been great.
Resistances all damage 7 except force. Okay, cool. Yes. Yeah. It was how much?
3.
3. Okay. All right. I was gonna say, like, did she just do nothing? Okay, no. Okay. Except force.
That
Except
would have been
Typically,
very
force ignores incorporeal.
Yeah, that would have been very upsetting.
womp womp.
If you have a ghost force immunity, that's scary.
Yeah, right.
Drevin, you have one action.
Everybody's in the way, and I feel really not happy. So I'm just going to step into the hallway and just kind of wait for them to move.
Okay,
And
sounds
that's my
good.
one action.
And Nil, you've got yourself 2 actions, I believe.
2 actions to do. Another disrupt undead. I'm going to slam it down again and see if I can get more damage.
Well, I can roll bad. That works. It's a 16, so I think you get
That's
full
it.
damage on
Yes,
that one.
yes.
Nice.
Ooh,
That's some
nice.
good, sexy
That
damage.
is 13 total.
13 total.
Nice.
Alrighty. Her form's starting to look a little wispy.
Yeah, it's like cotton candy around my staff a little bit.
That's it.
It's slowly raveling.
That's it.
Drevin knows all about wisps.
And looming over Calbum as she is rearing to go. Again, those claws are going to come down at you.
Bring it on.
Get a 4. I get
Till the beginning of my next
15,
turn.
and I get
Yeah.
a 12. All right. So the first one's a 20.
That's gonna hit.
Second one is going to be 27.
That's gonna crit.
Oh yeah, you didn't cast shield
You're
last
going
time.
down.
Let me see what the let's
Take 11 off the first hit.
All right, so hang on, let me roll damage because we'll see what happens. All right, so first one you're gonna have 11 to come off of it. This squiggly symbol, that's an 8. Okay. Save set 17 goes down to 6. So 10 damage for the first hit, and the crit. Let's see here. 32.
Yeah.
Boom.
You see, you got.
And the second one just goes right through your head, and you kind of almost see like an image of Calbum's head get like knocked out of his physical skull.
You came to
before
the
bouncing back in.
Joe.
You never thought you'd see like what it would look like to be spiritually concussed, but
Yeah.
you have an analog
The
now.
gnome has been domed.
The gnome got
Truth.
domed.
And the third attack is going to swing out towards Mocker. As the only
Who's
other
been
major
mocking
threat.
her.
Who's been mocking her? Well, not really. You've been trying to be compassionate about it, but it's
I
going to be a
have.
20 to hit you.
Mocker saw this coming, and it's not anything physical. You just see him mentally shrug it off.
Okay. Well, it's your turn.
And I'm going to take the fact that I mentally shrugged it off, and I'm going to turn it back as something that will hopefully snap her back and out of this. You do realize that you are only hurting yourself.
No,
Get
she's
out of
definitely
it.
hurting me. Yeah.
Go to your rest.
And Calbum is technically
Yeah, I'm
going
out of
to
the-
be
yeah.
here.
And I'll try to strike her and send her to her rest.
Go for it.
For a 19, because a 9 just seems about as high as I can roll today.
She'll dodge away. It's like, shut up. Shut up. All of you. You dare come here? You dare mock my love? You dare ruin my only memento?
I'm not mocking it. I'm telling you to follow it to your afterlife. And I'll attempt to hit her again.
Yep.
For a 10 this time.
See, you can roll higher than a 9.
I can, apparently. And then for my third attack, not my third attack, for my third
Could get a
action.
20. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Who knows? Anything could happen.
Do it. Risk
Fish.
it. Risk
Fish
it.
for 20s.
Fishin'.
Nope. But it is a 14, which isn't going to help me.
It's higher than a 9.
It seems that she is, her personal attachment does not appear like it was to, you are able to glean this much though. The destruction of Volek's portrait has not. Apparently, that wasn't her anchor. It occurs to you after seeing her actions and seeing what's happened here. Her anchor is her love for Volek itself.
Ooh, interesting.
Corwin.
Oh, just
Woman's
gonna
thirsty.
look back real quick, pull out a potion, grab Calvum, down the throat. You need to make sure you're not going to die. It's
Bring
not
it on,
this is
lady.
not a strong one. It's a D6. You get 3 health back.
Hey.
You're conscious at least,
Legally.
and gonna go for another swing on her because I don't have much. Actually, I'm gonna get further into the room. I can't stand like below her, can I?
There is a desk
there's a
there.
desk there, that's
She's
what I
like
figured.
standing in the. She's can stand there because she's incorporeal.
Yeah.
But you can try to push past your friends.
I think I'm gonna move down towards the entrance to the secret scriptorium. Just like get in the doorway there to make room for Drevin.
Okay.
Just so he can. He's got a big swingy hammer. My sword does not do a lot of damage, but he kills undead very well.
He does. Drevin, what you doing?
Stepping up and smashing.
Step up and
There's
smash.
a room, and I'm gonna make use of it. That's a 7.
If he can hit.
Got to hit. Maybe next time.
That's a 4.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to my world.
The desk where she was standing is thoroughly
It's
smashed out.
You can stand there now.
You can stand there now, and yeah, it's exactly what's happening. What was the third? Third dismiss also.
didn't have-
Move.
he
Step,
moved.
Step and move. Okay.
Or yep, step hit.
All right, Nil.
We should consider getting Drevin a weapon that can hit ghosts.
Instead of just furniture.
Well, it just goes
He has
right through
furniture
it.
touch on his.
He needs-
on
yeah,
his
he needs ghost
And he has the
touch.
option to
Ball.
take it.
He needs ghost
Yeah,
touch.
I could
is
take
what
ghost
we-
touch, but I have disrupting.
And then I am going to move down to the other end of the room. I'm not a huge fan of the scream that she was doing earlier. So I'm going to move down to the other end of the room, and then I will again, now that I have like this little like spin of cotton candy, I'm going to like try and
some.
like reel it in a little bit. And try that again. Fort save. You can never have too many fort saves.
Never have too many
Sorry,
fort
forgot
saves. I'm gonna 20 this time.
Oh, okay, so she just makes it, so that is
rolling like fire, though.
yeah, it's great. 10, 13, divided by 2. So 6.
6. Okay.
As we've learned from Strange Aeons, ghosts are weak to attack that involves spinning, so you're spinning her around the staff.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Dude, Nil is the MVP of this fight.
A little bit slowly, but very slowly.
Well,
But
you know
surely.
what? It's damage she doesn't resist at all. So
That
it's
is
you
good.
know that actually makes you a pretty like you're probably like one of the biggest threats because it's like she has to critically succeed to not take anything.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. So Calbum, you come to with a bitter taste of healing potion in your mouth, very watery healing potion in your mouth, and you kind of open and you can see that she's still looming over you. You feel awful.
You're still here, lady? I thought I broke up with you like 2 or 3 rounds ago. Take this.
Calbum, he has a special spell
Ooh.
that he forgot about until just now.
Oh yeah, I have
You
this.
knock,
Because
you knock
I-
some sense into it.
She
I-
knocks some sense into you.
Because I just picked it up last big sleep of mine, and she's gonna need to make a fort save.
A fort save.
Hey, come here. I got a secret for you.
The only person with his daily prep.
Come here. Come here.
Apparently, my success at rolling fort saves continues. That's gonna be a 14.
Yeah, that's
my
not enough.
gosh.
You need to beat a 20. So she's gonna take a D8 of healing. Because I have the heal spell now
From what?
from my witch patron.
2 cantrips.
It's not a cantrip, it's a level 1 spell.
That's why you don't
You
have
can't
it.
have it.
You don't
Yeah.
get it.
What are you talking about?
You should just have 2 cantrips.
Cantrips-
Unless you take
Dedication.
I
the
have
level
the
4
I
to
did
get
take the
basic
level.
witch spell
I have basic witch spell.
as you were,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Well, then there you go.
So that's 7 points of healing from my heal spell.
Nice.
Hey, man. Come here.
We're
damage.
gonna
I
get
got
there eventually.
I got a secret. Check it out. Boop. Yeah, I booped your nose. How you feeling?
You cast this heal spell up at her, and it rips through her form, and she shrieks with rage. You, damn you! And
Is that a level 3?
that was
Reaction?
No, it was
it's two action,
Two
yeah.
action to cast the damaging version of it.
And I put a shield spell on me because I did not get up from the ground.
Fair enough.
There's no reason for me to get up, right? No.
So I've got a flat-footed Calbum.
I only have 3 hit
that's-
points. Like regardless of where
And
I go,
you're-
she's gonna murder
You're
me.
wounded
1.
1.
1. You haven't gone down yet.
He went down to
To a
a
crit.
crit, got healed. He's at wounded 1.
Okay, nothing else as bad as
You
happened.
don't go
to you.
to wounded 2.
All right.
Any more?
No, that's
Does
never
she
happened.
want me to take another free hammer swing?
I think what she wants has nothing to do with you or your act.
You want some of this, baby?
That's because I haven't hit her yet.
She wants some of this. Bring it on.
She's not gonna. I mean, let's see here. She's clever, but she is incensed right now. Like there is room for tactical consideration in her mind when it is not full of nothing but rage. And so that's where we are. And she's gonna roll down at Calbum with a swing.
Does it hit? Because the trigger is she does damage.
You are actually doing a service over here, Calbum, of not making her act.
She's gonna
strategically.
hit you with a 33.
That's a double crit.
Does a 21 make contact with her?
No.
It does not.
Need a 23.
You don't have to roll that damage. I only had 3 hit points. It's fine. He goes down again.
Dying
Dying 2.
3.
3?
Yeah,
Yep,
wounded
okay.
one
Crit.
already.
1 plus 2 is 3. I like the little spin.
All right, and she's got 2 actions left, and she is going to reach down with her hand, and she's going to touch Calbum, and a glyph is going to briefly form.
Is that concentrate?
Yes.
Does it do damage?
No.
Okay.
Mocker will step in and attempt to smack her.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. That's true. Thaumaturge weapon reaction. She hasn't seen it yet.
implements interruption.
Well, even if she didn't see it yet, she's still gonna do this because she just really hates.
You do the
Calbum.
big think. You get the big stink.
Let's do it.
I literally cannot roll anything
I knew it.
today.
Nil was the only true.
2 on the
issue.
die.
I was
I'm
hoping
a-
we would have
I
gotten
am
some
a
link
danger.
value.
Calbum needs to make a will save.
Now you think she is your lover.
He's spooked.
That one didn't count. It fell out of the tray. That's a 20.
That's a 20. Okay. The
Total roll
glyph.
high.
It's a 10 on the die.
Yeah, the
20 total.
glyph sinks into Calbum's body, and you can see it almost like floating there with sort of this white fire surrounding it. She will then turn her face up and glare at Nil with a sort of... She looks hollow, like she accomplished everything she wanted to do. And she is going to fly across the room, rearing back to hit you, but she knows she's not going to be able to do it on time. But she's right up in your face. And
Right up in
Calbum
my
is
face.
right where he needs to be,
I'm gonna follow her.
charging after her.
And I'm gonna step in and protect my girlfriend.
Whoa.
That's a bold statement.
Whoa.
You say that out loud?
If he's wise, he doesn't say it.
Of course not. That's an 18 on
You
the
just
die.
have to have the right motivation.
I just had to have
That's
the
right,
right
yeah.
motivation.
Just saying.
I
You know,
just
listen,
need
I'm
to
not.
protect my
I'm not
lady.
as pretty as Nil,
Yeah.
obviously.
Oh no,
That's-
not Calbum, please.
So that's a 28.
A 28, solid hit. She doesn't see you coming. You carve right through her back.
That's really good damage.
good.
So that's going to be 17 points of damage.
And as Najee carves home, tell me what happens.
Najee slices through her, and the visions of everything that has happened to her as she was stabbed, along with the love that was in her life for a brief time, flash through her head, and then she rests.
You cut through her, and she will fall to the ground. And as she kind of turns around at you, Instead of a peaceful repose like you're used to seeing for ghosts who have been cleaved from this world and separated from their fetters, she fixes you with a tired, a weary hatred. And she says, my love is still here, and I know he still feels for me. I'll never stay. I'll never leave while he is here. And then her body discorporates and fades away. And
boy.
you feel a premonition that because her love for Volek is what kept her here, and that hasn't been disrupted, that the powers of the Gauntlet and the nature of the Haunt herself almost assuredly
She's gonna bring her back.
This is not going to be a permanent solution.
Hey guys, well, we got rid of her for the moment, but she's not gone. We need to get out of here.
It will take at least like 24 hours for her to come back, at the very least.
Yeah.
Usually like months or seasons.
Yeah, but not with the
this is
Gauntlet. With the
so
Gauntlet, I'm
you
not
never
taking
know.
anything
This
for
is the spooky ghost tower.
This is spooky ghost dungeon.
Get the gnome up and let's get out of this room.
We have things here.
Speaking of which, Calbum is on the floor dying. What would you like to do?
I feel
Phil?
great. I feel
Well,
great.
on my turn, I'm going to run over and attempt to stabilize him.
Roll me a medicine check.
This is only DC 15. I have a plus 11 to do this. It's 2 actions.
Tell me your total.
25.
A 25. You go to try to stabilize Calbum, and this glyph flares and almost keeps you back. You find that your attempts to go and try to treat him are actually forced away. You have 1 action left.
Pull out another potion.
Go
and
for
just
it.
hold it up. I can't give it to him because
Can't
it's
give it to him
2
yet?
actions to stabilize, 1.
Draven.
Yeah.
Recall knowledge on that spell she cast.
Sure.
Did it look divine or occult?
This looked divine.
Then I will use a religion check to try and see what she cast. That's +9.
So, you've heard of this type of spell before. This isn't so much like a proper spell that would be divine, but it's almost like a curse where this curse is cast to pull Calbum down into death. The curse will prevent him from being healed unless it is overcome, and overcoming it mundanely is very difficult. You'll need some type of magic or divinely assisted healing in order to be able to break this curse easily, and if it isn't done, Calbum is sure to die.
Lay on hand.
Roll me a counteract check.
With what?
Level?
You should have a class
Paladin DC?
It's basically
Paladin
the
DC. Use that.
So +10.
It's basically calculated the same as like your spellcasting attack modifier.
That's a 5.
It flares out, and the glyph remains. You have 1 action left.
Lay on hands.
See if you can
I
break
have
it.
2 charges.
See if you can break it.
Come on,
Actually, does it
Malachi.
take a charge if the lay on hands doesn't go off?
You still
You
expended
still
it,
cast it,
'cause
yeah.
You just failed to counter.
That's
the
a
effect it's eaten.
10.
Total of 20.
20.
20. The light of Saren Ray infuses this glyph, and it shatters into pieces. But Calbum has received no healing. Nil.
Did my job. I broke the curse.
Thanks,
Well,
buddy. Because I'm in trouble.
I'm going to kind of in a kind of like a flourishing kind of swing of my staff, going to kind of shoot this kind of latent energy that kind of always built up in my staff, and shoot it over to Calbum. See if I can't do a 2-action heal.
And indeed, with the curse broken, Calbum's wounds will close appropriately.
Excellent.
I haven't used lay on
news.
hands yet, so that was perfect.
Well, you used 2 lay on hands.
Well, yeah,
But he hadn't used
throughout
it
the fight, I
yet.
hadn't used
Yeah.
it yet.
It's because no one else got hurt but Calbum.
Did my job. Just came to the gnome dome.
Yeah.
Calbum will come to, wounded 2.
Yeah, we did it, guys. We did it. Feeling great. Super
So
good.
that's 13 plus 16.
Great.
29.
I mean,
most of his
that's,
health.
that's most of my health. I still
yeah.
feel real bad.
You still feel wounded too, and but you're not dead. And on that note, I think our heroes have triumphed, at least temporarily, over Chandriu, the head of the scriptorium.
Chandriu.
That is her name. Her name is.
I knew it.
Unless I have it wrong. Yep,
We'll find it at the
Chandriu.
desk.
Free Shavakadu.
And
That is such an anime name.
well, it's Drow. They have a lot of names like that. Thank you all for joining us. We will see if our heroes can, if our explorers can solve the mystery of the sealed door and make their way deeper into the Abomination
the
vaults
flesh room.
next week. Check out our Patreon. Check out our Ko-fi. Don't need to be a member. You can see all sorts of cool. Oh, actually, no, you do have $5. I think gets us access to
Yeah,
absolutely
that's your
everything.
member.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That gets you all the post shows.
All the post shows too, which we are about to go and do. So check us out over there, and we'll see you next time.